ऐसा मत कर तू, अभी दिखेगा वो साले। वाह क्या बात
यार लाइव रुक अभी ये शेयर
हाँ रुक 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 हाँ रुक अभी ना यहाँ पे टू शेयर ऑडियो शेयर दिस टैब इंस्टेड।
हाँ ये खोलते हैं यूट्यूब
भी कर रहे कि
यूट्यूब ही करेंगे
भी करेंगे। यूट्यूब है तो हम आगे आगे जा सकते हैं नहीं ऐसे भी
कॉनकॉर्ड भी ये दिखा दिया भाई।
नहीं देख रहा हूँ अभी ये स्कोर नहीं देख रहा हूँ मैं। ठीक है
वैलोरेंट लाइव क्या ये लाइव ही नहीं है क्या?
पीछे था ना पीछे तो गुड
क्या हुआ?
अरे ये देखेंगे नया मैप।
अच्छा नया मैप भी देखेंगे
मतलब भगा भगा के देखेंगे।
हाँ ऑल्सो शेयर टाइप ऑडियो। हाँ
अभी उधर खोल नहीं अरे शेयर कर रहा है नहीं
हाँ चालू करें क्लिक करें।
Position. There is playable space behind us. You're not completely forced forward. I do want to keep an eye on some of these ults. We start seeing them interact. And again, that Dizzy. So nice. You're seeing like Dizzy looking valuable. The Fade Eye.
There was a reveal over the top as well, yeah.
Really, really lovely.
There
was a smoke there. Tens. Tens.
The fun Felicia here.
A long time since he just sat there as well, like played in so nicely.
And look at Cypher mid, he knows the contain, he hears the rotates.
Yeah, that is so smart. I get this sort of presence, right? Keeping that, like, even late fight for middle is so valuable. Slipping a player down there gives you so much security towards the B side, for example, here. City doing well just to hold that down, but Toast with the judge. I guess that's why Vice is kind of nice too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking actually, I touch it after this round. Res comes through, Vinny's back on his feet. Actually push onto the side here, kind of tagged up though.
Down 15 but still standing. Could do with some support here against Toast and steady, but Mel clean stuff. Mel, calm down.
Just thinking back to comms, actually, you just touched there on the vice. Also, the opportunities for deadlock as well. You're talking about the Sage Wall, but I mean, it could be really, really interesting in terms of util for the post plant to aggressively take space, deny kind of back into the site. So
yeah, I mean, I think when this map gets into players' hands, I think they'll find that a lot of things could potentially work. You know, especially with when it comes to compet, you'll have the RR reduction on your losses.
So you can really play around.
You can really play around, learn the map. You know, experiment with some stuff if you're feeling like it. But yeah, and just have fun.
And again, I'm pretty sure I just noted this, that Toast is using the Among Us crosshair, I believe it is.
Yes, I do believe that is.
And that would upset me further if I died to him with a judge. In Toast's corner. You know, just knowing that.
No. Aggressive take forward.
Stage, so I think it should be an interesting matchup.
Look, Mel's on Omen, I'm locked in.
Well, I guess comp alone then, if you had to pick.
Who
Stage, so I think it should be an interesting matchup.
Look, Mel's on Omen, I'm locked in.
Well, I guess comp alone then, if you had to pick.
Yeah, who's confident? Mel's on Omen, I'm locked in.
Well, I guess comp alone then, if you had to pick.
Yeah, who's confident? Mel's on Omen.
टेंस को कीमत नहीं है उसको उसके नाम पे रखना था ना ये तारिक को दिए उसको नहीं दिया ठीक है तारिक ए काइडे नाइस 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 अरे इसको लगाऊं क्या
I'm locked in.
Well, I guess from comp alone then if you had to pick.
Yeah, who's confident?
Who's taking this?
If they've got the meta comp on the Toast side, I think they might be able to eke out some nice clean rounds, but you never know with maybe they got some grim walls in their pocket on the Prx side.
Yeah, true. In your testing, obviously that changes when the players and the pros get their hands on it, but did it feel either sided to you? Was it pretty even so far?
I think it's mostly like up to the actual team performance. You know, it's like we give defenders these extra options.
You kind of last line of defense really that holds onto the side. So I'm really interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah. So I think I think a common, I guess, setup is like a 1-2-2. So your hard anchor on B,
Yep.
2 people mid, and 2 people on A.
Okay. We'll see who's done their homework.
Yeah.
Oh,
It looks like
here
a hard
we
anchor on
go.
B right here.
This is beautiful stuff to dive in on. I'll be seeing. Oh my god!
Wow.
This reveals already.
Who's got the lineup?
Yo, no, honestly, who's been cracking this?
Well, Mel
Wild.
said they've been scrimming for
True.
months.
Sorry, Shopify Rebellion. Just somewhere new. And it's just a brawl on the side. Tarek instantly diff by 10. No shot there. But still, the fight continues. Kaide next to the feed, and it's just going to be 10 posted up. He said he ain't pulling punches. He said he's going to be fighting this out. But it's all down to Sid City now. Brutally difficult to try and play this back in up against the 3 here.
Again, the good glimpse here of how the site's actually laid out here, but Sid City needs to try and take it again. The wall goes up, but that's it, cracks. Blocked by the archway there.
I like the eternal, like, close choke points almost. You still got access to be able to play into it, but it does definitely herd you forward. A difficult situation. Kaide!
Opening up.
Start, dude.
A 3K on the pistol for and yeah, really interesting. Some of the things. Talk to us about this site in particular, because it looks quite confined. There's lots of possibilities. Actually,
That's a lineup.
that's
right
a lineup.
They've been
Off
sweating.
rip,
They've
Sid
been
City.
Yeah. Yes, I think, I mean, something that maybe the Toast team could have done a little bit better is actually split more like left and right. It looks like they all 5-1 elbow, where you saw that they were getting some friction coming into the site because they were all so clumped. I think you can think of it a little bit like Sunset A, where it's like, hey, you can make the decision. Oh,
There's no way this is.
Did we just get 10?
Have we just been
Top the
Really?
mid.
So yeah, interesting.
on M2, M3 smoke setup that you can do, like smoke on stairs is like M1, smoke in top arch, M2, and then all the way at the top window is M3. So you can kind of, as an attacker, you can have options of what you want to choose. Like, hey, let's smoke M1, let's split A. Smoke M2, let's take mid control and kind of just sit around and see where defenders are going.
I like this as well, almost playing off site here for Toast side as well. Kind of, the dark coming through towards A, relinquishing the space. I'm going to have to play back through, potentially seeing Harry's team take the long road. And there's some of those kind of cubbies, right, trying to be played out by Toast, kind of like exploring what could be held, like how you can sit maybe, even with a shorty, because it is quite close quarters. As you said, you need that utility to clear the space, your fades, your even your skies, geckos, they're going to be well and truly needed.
Yeah, I think a lot of this map, at least from in my experience, is like a lot of initiators setting up their duelists, like clearing the space and saying like, hey, we're good to go. Go get the next. Trying to work mid.
First time we're actually seeing I guess a group in mid.
Yeah, here's the M3 smoke.
My goat Mel's got this all day.
I say Mel's top right now. She's ready to spring the trap.
Just you wait, see?
Oh, it's not pretty.
Observers, why do you...
Classic. Kaide has been scrimming.
Honestly, Kaide looks locked in. This is live alive. Post is shaking. He's shaking. The nerves getting the better of him. Does anyone come this way at all? Let's see. Come on, Toast. You got this. Be brave.
Toast. Toronto का live है ये
Good for one, even?
I believe in it.
Kaide clears this.
Kaide's knife in, bro. Kaide.
Go!
I believed. I was all on board.
I mean, we're round 2 going for knife kills. I'm here for it.
Really, very nice. So, 2 rounds towards Tarek's side. Is this kind of playing out? I don't say as you expected. It is a little bit different, right? We've got people go.
Yeah.
Oh no,
don't leave him hanging. Nice.
Thank God.
Oh no, don't leave him hanging. Nice.
Thank God.
The crowd was
Synergy's just not there yet.
It's not there yet. Gotta work it out. I'm putting it on Mel mostly.
Okay.
You know?
Damn, Kaide.
From that judge. Why do I feel like that's a real possibility? Tarek already removes that layering element though, the player up towards that top side.
Because Toronto
is B and
Yeah.
they're perma in the final.
look at the card. Heat. 4 to do the greatest of all. Deeper. Up against.
They didn't even
like this
Sunset, Icebox, Pearl, Lotus Split. हट man, so they were sent in.
ये मेन मैप निकाल लिए उनको लगता है उसमें सब लोग अच्छे रहते हैं इसलिए
next.
बहुत प्लानिंग किए रहते हैं ये वो आगे वाले निकाले बोले अल्फा गाना मेरे का सबका
सच में चेंबर
लेके
Start. So for these really
नहीं
on Sunset, a map that Fnatic are forced to play.
कौन-कौन क्या-क्या लिया वो भी तो देखना था सेज ये इनका तो फिक्स है भाई सेज ने डिवा खेलता जिंग ठीक है स्पोर्ट्स
अच्छा खेल रहा है
समथिंग खेल रहा क्या इनिशिएटर ठीक है वो तो सेम है इनका कौन ये यहां पर
क्रॉनिकल का इन्हें क्या खेल रहा बोलो नहीं
भाई साहब अब मेरे को लग रहा है देख प्रॉपर उसने रिप्लेस किया है
डर का सच में
भाई क्या खेला है बोल बंदे
क्या खतरनाक खेल रहा
Now, Prx.
प्योर डिलीशियस लगता है वो अल्फा भी
Contact plays.
बोस्टर ठीक है क्रैशेस मस्त खेल रहा है क्रॉनिकल भी मस्त
Unaware player,
मेरे
Fnatic.
दिमाग तो ला रहा है
Playing A for retake though.
It's a confident start, taking this kind of risk. They could well run into somebody holding a one and done, but they're relying on the fact that Fnatic love to play for retake in these situations.
So much util saved for Prx. They better get themselves into the post here, but bodies are already starting to get over towards that A site. Fnatic.
कौन हगाए पुलिस ने
Five plays here, double flank occurring. Something has to be the stopping player in motion and already trying to take a fight straight through spawn. Nade sailing up and overhead through main though, and he's getting squeezed. Crashes. It's already drawn blood. Fnatic are going to be hoping that it's the first of many, but it's a slow orb as well, just to slow the approach. At least for now, it's tepid, cautious, being played. Fnatic know that they have plenty of time to work with here. There's a time potentially missed again. Being jumped upon Althea from the side, sticking all the way. Crashes, there's no stopping him! Fnatic! Like claims to the opening pistol.
A slow siege upon the A site there from both teams, actually. Fnatic back into the retake. Managed to navigate all of that post-plant util. And the squeeze really came down onto something. He had to hold two players off the flank and then got caught by that recon. Crashes with a very important round.
Nice! Come on, man! Come on!
फाइनल है
And the Viper Orb set up there for the retake as well from Chronicle, just allowing Fnatic to be able to get back in. A nice idea from Prx. I think you can see both teams have a good understanding. And here, looking like there might potentially be a crunch play in B. Boaster's got a paranoia he could go for.
Cycling through the util. Chronicles hunting for heads. Not find too much, but Prx are not far behind. Rattling a few shots of their own here. Good time to talk about, I think, some of the expectations of players, I think, so far, but Fnatic are stacked with storylines, talent. It's all there. Plenty of players looking to get their hands on that trophy, lift it. Add another one to the tally, perhaps, for some of them. Chronicle, one of our most storied players of all time.
And Althea as well, who's making a run towards MVP at this event. I think might be the first contact against these eco players. He's able to challenge a bit more aggressively.
It's a paranoia to try and set him up. Aggression called for, looking to try and crunch these Prx players in their place. But the Alpha's taking liberties. This is a guy that has been let loose, unleashed. An MVP candidate.
और ये भी डिसाइड होगा ना ये मैच
Of course, he can take these risks with just a pistol in hand. He's not going to be offering up any sort of guns here. Death by 1,000 cuts. Prx are feeling right now.
And another really solid hold on. Prx not doing anything too crazy just yet. We know that this is a team that can turn up the tempo massively, but early on here on Sunset, playing for all maximization, playing to slowly contact into areas and try to figure out what this Fnatic defense looks like. The more you contact, the more important people like Althea and his utility become. Crashes, the drone, the recon, Alpha's trips and cam. And this round, expecting a B pop, Boaster's got the troops positioned to defend on B. 4 players stacked from Fnatic.
All stacked up. Crashes, the lone defender towards A, full confidence in the retake, and Kayak gone wandering, lurking up through mid. He's going to be getting a lot of information.
This is a really nice timing, and Prx, one of the only things they do wrong is clearing these kind of spots.
Slight miss shot.
Good information, though, for the attackers, and Crashes. What a shot!
Nice.
What a challenge to take.
He might think, though, that that's the only lurk player.
It's difficult to expect the other 4 stacked up behind, but Kayak
Kayak.
has read it.
Here comes the pincer, here comes the crunch! Kayak instantly domes 2.
और क्या है यार?
Prx are left reeling on their buy round.
ये क्या है बे लोग?
Fnatic maintaining discipline. Composure that sailed them all the way through here. The rifles. It's going to have to be raw heroics to see if he can stand a chance in this one. Prx none the wiser. Lurks on lurks. Alpha here dropping Divine and a spike in their lap.
Yeah.
It's inevitable at this point.
Prx.
Jing's got an impossible task ahead of him, a 1v4 stuck in elbow. Even if he tried to save, it's not going to work. 30 seconds, spike abandoned. Fnatic can put the squeeze on. They'd love to get another rifle on board and deny it away from Prx. Jing,
Percentage.
he can't even get one. What a beautiful round from Fnatic, Brennan. A couple of strategic things as well for this EMEA team, looking strong early. One of which is Kayak is feeling confident enough to go for that kind of play in round 3. This is a rookie player coming in, having just won Ascension. He's played fantastically inside EMEA in stage 1. But to be able to do that in your first global event, in your first grand finals, that is confident. That's what you need. And the other part too is they're stressing the flank. Prx don't have a Cypher, they don't have a Vice, they don't have any ability to watch the flank with some kind of piece of util. And already after round 3, Alex is calling a timeout. This is a worrying sign for Prx, considering that this is the map that arguably they're the most favored on. That's why they've taken us here first.
And there's all that talk about, listen, the double map advantage. Fnatic don't have a deep map pool. Let me tell you, when you get to grand finals, when you get into that best of 5 territory, forget the strategy. The experience plays the biggest difference. Fnatic have that in spades. You can make the same argument for Prx, but they've always
all the way as well, playing Glory have got in store for them, especially on maps they knew were coming early, like here on Sunset.
The Outlaws could thrive in this setting. See your players on half arm with a dart immediately dealt with. Kayak is safe.
Never a worry, never a doubt that that recon was going to get broken. Crashy's always had that, leaving Kayak to hold onto the smoke. Forsaken.
Yes, risky business, but again, risks have to be taken when you're down like this. Prx want to increase the tempo, increase the heat. Taking control out towards market already. Stray shots, no damage, and you need a couple more where that comes from. And now putting in the crunch.
Spike down B.
Now they crumble towards it, but there's rifles in the hands of Chronicle, and he's taking this one aboard. Chronicle managed to get Pac-Man out of there.
Alfie going to have to be a hero here, coming back through market. Prx have done a great job of getting back into this round. Put a serious squeeze on the Boaster, he just couldn't hold up to the pressure.
Trying to do some damage towards the end of this one. Alfie has left it down to the 1v1. Forsaken. Alpha just dominates it.
Huge kill off screen as well. The Turkish aim comes through and saves Fnatic in a situation where things got sticky. Like referee, only stingers out for Prx, but they're still down 0-4. Interesting moment in that. Boaster threw a counter paranoia to try to keep players back in market. Pac-Man just ran through, just kept running forwards. Living and breathing by the W Gaming. Crashes is going to come to get his back like he did in B main early, but Prx have till to push him off.
All in your face too, and he hears it. Footsteps around, trying to take that one into the open angle, but there's a rocket in your face. You turned into pink mist in a moment's notice here, and Crashies, he's stuck, isolated, skipping, hopping, trying to survive. Boaster.
If Jing had thrown a nade in there, then surely he would have been dead, but instead focusing on taking the site.
Crashes forward, he's already taken the timing against them, and he's trying to take it forwards. Fast and loose is the play. Wall into the back of the site though, it's all being contained in that flank again. Drone close, no coverage inside, but Boaster's there to respond. Pac-Man only expecting the one. He's already jumped away. Boaster and Alpha going to be left to do it all. Finally, Alpha reveals his hand. Look at the wrist, the hat goes out. It's going to be good information. Hammered up. Start rebounding. The time is going to start ticking soon enough. Prx is still a bit more disciplined. Looking to try and play this one together now. First tap, first target down. Boaster's gone. Alpha is next. So Prx, they do show up and they get that round on the board. A critical one at that.
A little bit of a late awakening here on the stage, but nice to see the Prx have got what it takes when there's ults on the board. Slight mechanical error there for Kayak at the very beginning. Had a shot actually on the Divide. I think he caught it dead to rights, but just got off the ankle. Now,
Dart tucked around, it's an instant drone and walking, wading out through mid. Batman looking to contain it. He's missed the timing on it though. These players have already slipped straight past.
Mid में भी miss हुआ
Kayak.
he's going to hear stuff.
He hears it, yes. Tip tap of the footsteps, and he buys his time, buys it well. Here's the ultimate, shuts it down, but up through mid. It's Batman, straight up the gut, instant res as well. It's going to be undoing that damage.
And a
little bit earlier.
massive gap in mid here, Brent. Forsaken through completely. Pac-Man as well. They've cut a swat straight through the middle of this Fnatic defense. Just rotating through. And
Yeah.
Something Chronicle, shoulder to shoulder. He spots out the barrel, so.
Prx got good value out of that res. Divide online early, able to undo all of the good work that Kayak had done with his tiles push. And again, I just want to stress how much Fnatic are going for these mid pushes and these flanks. They're really trying to abuse something that Boaster loves to do when we've seen him call in the past on maps like Haven, for example, against these Sentinel-less comps. But this time just missed that timing on Pac-Man. And I think it can be tough to play against Prx sometimes because they do take unorthodox timings. They're willing to take a bit more risk. On the Pac-Man could still find a timing.
A real switch up as well from the game plan of Prx.
No, they're really focused on this A pressure, trying to get big value out of Pac-Man's utility, even if it's not actually Pac-Man who's there taking the space.
Drone. Prx trying to hide their intent.
Very slow so far on the attack side for Prx too, isn't it? Really trying to mess with expectations.
Dart doesn't clear. Kai was sat nice and pretty. Pac-Man none the wiser, already got the timing there. Paranoia is going to be sweeping forward, so it's going to be blinding up Alpha. Nade rebounding, we'll have to respect it. Market control, Prx is for now, and you see that Hunter's Fury as soon as there's signs of life. That's from afar, Crashies looking to supplement it, trying to put a stop to this one, but Prx, they're denying that momentum they've got. This train is not stopping, not here, not now.
They barreled through, unconventional pathing there for Prx. Didn't send anyone through B main, and Fnatic were left wondering. As the wall came down over towards Boba, slicing off the defenders on site. Chronicle didn't know which way to look. Very much an adaptation here for Prx in terms of how they're approaching this one. The game plan coming from Alex, maybe even coming from Mini too. Remember that former Fnatic head coach is now doing assistant coaching for this squad. But the game plan appears to be slower. Any point that idea to temper. Looking to add, if it's timeout, that's one of the. So maybe Prx will play with patience in this one and turn up the tempo for the next. Early B main though is already a little bit different.
Yeah. Spread out. Control one away from some big ults as well. Jing. Looking forward to that showstopper. Contact plays good for him. It's just poking out. Now spotted here with a snake bite, rebounding. Ricochet and Chronicle looking to try and slow them down. Her body's behind this one. It's a delayed hit. Jutting smoke. You got to be careful of this one. Alpha inside it, trying to sidestep straight towards it. Something just dismisses him. And Jing already taken up that timing. Slips into the gap. Finding his mark. Boaster has separated a bit of run and gun. Backside control is still there for Fnatic. Plan down now for Prx. And Prx are not stopping. They're not content with just the front. They want the entirety of this map.
Really good adjustment there as well. Alpha, a little unfortunate, does hit the 140 with the Phantom. You see there the aim punch on something. And Alpha moves away thinking that he's already got the kill. His crosshair resetting onto the next target before even confirming that something had hit the deck. And after a hero 4 beginning to this map, it feels like Prx, the vibes are back.
Yeah.
They've tied up the game.
It's been boys, come on.
Because often they're playing Kayak, holding elbow.
Operator in hand, one of the best tools for the job, but seeing signs alive. Jing That's his cue to go. Sending it. Ricochet against the wall. That's no damage done to Boaster. He's eager to draw that blood. Just trying to wrangle control of the rifle. Kayak's been overwhelmed. Prx crack open the A site. Crack header at it. Jing. Not content with just a few. Divine steals them. Right from his sight line.
A huge round and the defense collapses again from Fnatic. Kayak had to hit that shot. He put himself on such an aggressive angle. A really deep position that you see this Neon dive from in elbow. And if he doesn't hit the shot, then he can't escape. Neon's got great maneuverability, but you've got to get the first in order to avoid getting traded. A Boaster fell shortly afterwards with that scramble in the smoke. Chronicle once more not really able to have too much impact in his 5th grand final appearance. Thus far, Prx have been avoiding him mostly. A couple of times now that we've seen him save. And Divide back up to another res, by the way. So got his 2nd available, and that's just a real...
Omen kill. Order karega. Domino. Omen kill.
They could be fair to call them fan favorites.
Oh, yeah. All smiles here.
Through a team that's managed to do it back-to-back, but at the moment, Prx have picked themselves up after a bad start and have been pretty much flawless since then.
The early timeout has worked wonders.
Kayak once more getting into this deep position, willing to take a bit of a gamble here, tucked himself down behind this box in mid. Last time, didn't find too much value from it.
Deep pushes everywhere on that. Fnatic. There's Boasters out through A main, down through mid. Getting a good idea now. This is really landing over towards B. Chronicle tucked to the corner. Could be feeling that heat, takes the peak. Dealing with these players out towards the extremities, but not through bottom mid. Instant res. Forsaken brought back into the fold. Crashes. Just can't control that Guardian in time. Something. Feeling that heat and that stun does good connection. Kayak. Trying to make some moves. Alpha dominates market. This. Putting a bit of fear now into the step of Prx, forcing the man towards the back of the side.
But playing together, Forsaken and Divine need to come up with a plan here for dealing with things. Suddenly, though, they split apart, trying to get on either side of the Neon wall. So Kayak may be the target. Feels like Prx need to take the fight into one of these guys on Fnatic.
Sitting ducks right now. Alpha, low enough. Shot to the dome, that will do him in. Kayak. He's got to do it in a 1v2. Biding his time in through the smoke, waiting for something to fade. Eventually there. Now sticking out though on a 3-2 face from Prx. Ransom that 2-round lead.
Even when things are looking tricky, they've got a game plan, they've got the right micro calls. And that honestly was quite passive too from Kayak towards the end. I'd like to see him get back into that more confident way, although what he was doing in the mid-round was nice to be able to crack up.
Kayak. Similar setup. Prx not changing things up. Did they expect Kayak is going to be tagged? Jake! Just adjust the aim. Crashes. Does trade. But now the heat and the pressures are going to be turned up onto Alpha. He steps forwards, a bit of spam coming his way. That's a Hunter's Fury into the back of the site. Alpha trying to capitalize off this chaos. Moving forward, sidestepping, crashes. Indomitable from this spot.
Drops Divide, drops the spike, manages to sidestep the Hunter's Fury in the meantime too, but they know where Alpha is, and it's tough to really support him.
Trying to clear him out. Rifle in hand. Trying to lead the march forwards, and the spike potentially retrievable, but Fnatic have eyes on it.
Yeah, Boaster's done a great job here actually of getting nice the movement there. Was just trying to get on top of the box. He was in the spot where he could support Crashies, and now there's a dangerous timing until this wall breaks, but it looks like it's just about to expire, and he's been saved for that. 3v3 and Forsaken with an Omen ult means that this spike isn't really in enemy territory at all.
One of the reasons why Chronicle hasn't rotated.
But
Picks it up, slow it down. Prx only have 30 seconds to work with here.
And what a call. He's calling to go back into the same site, trying to fake out the idea he would have left.
20 left. Boaster, watchful eye smoke dissipates for too many targets. Too much to deal with. Crashes. It's all on him. Tries to buy time, but a bullet to the dome. And a bullet to the temple. Chronicles left in that 1v2.
Chronicle, come on.
This situation, though, finally winnable for Chronicle. An opportunity for impact.
अगले round use कर सकते हैं.
For an easy fight first. First Mo spots it out. Snake bite. No rebound necessary, but doesn't really connect something.
ये
Sits
क्या
it down, fight was picked. Thought about committed. Let loose entirely. And the bullets are raining down on him now. Time ticking away. Spraying away. Chronicles hoping, praying. Hoping that Prx will give him absolutely anything to reload. And right forward, Forsaken. Knocks him out.
7 rounds in a row for Prx here. Fnatic just making too many mistakes on the defense side. Kayak kind of whiffs a little bit in this open comeback in this half from Prx.
It's all the way back off the side of that timeout.
Forsaken as well, picking up an attack op. He's got the money to just go for a rifle afterwards. Just watching mid. And a little pacier perhaps, going for a B-pop here.
Fnatic hard, disrespecting, no deep push out towards A main, so they've got the information, they know what's up.
Jing, one away from a showstopper, but choosing not really to go heavily prioritizing it. Instead, looking to try to clear the flank. They know this has been happening.
Game of timings. Kayak drifted in and out. It's Batman who falls. Something is next. Fnatic, full control towards it. There's a paranoia in your faces, and they're going to be disengaging.
Best opportunity for Fnatic to snag around since the first 4.
Leaving Prx to stew.
And Prx thought it was a mid push, realized it wasn't, so now they're exploring mid themselves.
It's in the shoulder. Forsaken, that is a ballsy TP. Wide off-angle blade.
Could be on Kayak here. Could be on Kayak over towards A. You see Jing is making his way towards it, but all 3 players on Prx trying to make their own individual timing play.
Forsaken is caught one. Can they catch the next? Crashes! Topples! The caught access towards it, but still, it's B main control for Fnatic. They should be in a good spot for it. Side needs to be cleared out here. In through the back of the side, it's going to be that plant.
10 seconds left.
Watchful eye onto a lot of it as the curtain drops. So does Alpha. Rocket to your feet, you cannot stop this team. When Prx get going, there's no denying them. Kayak will try everything. But 8-4 is where we leave.
People, everyone, best in Canada. I just gotta say so. From home.
इसका स्वेटर फटा है.
I think they don't choke another. I think. Favored. At the moment, though, set up in a great position on a map they should have been favored.
A lot of running around occurring. Prx are stacking A towards 4 players. Early setup. Creeping and crawling forwards. Chronicle has to be the player to receive. It's an off-angle for him. Damage! Done and more! Chronicle and Alpha, I mean, they just put those players in their backpack.
Toxins going up.
Something's going to try to recover this one. Actually might have caught the timing back around the backs, but scurried away. Chronicle and Alpha live to fight another day. Alpha has been going re-exploring.
Yes, they have to take down fight. It's not clean. Only stretch of imagination. Something out of 10 health as a result of it.
Standing ahead.
All needs to be broken now. Clearing the way.
Batman, come on, bhai.
That doesn't clear most of it though. This is an impossible scenario for Fnatic. Pissed around in their sights.
Crashes mark.
Already control. Tripled up. In through the back of the site. Main is theirs from Kron.
Last player standing.
Looking into the fray. Patman is the last one left now to stand against this. What can he really do, the rookie? Not a lot. Revealed up. It's a classic right click, simple enough.
So both pistols in this map going the way of Fnatic, but really very few rifle rounds. I mean, one, if you could even call the bonus round that in the first half, going the way of the EMEA team. This round, how open market is.
Deep control, Prx. Just disrespected him really. Flush of the nade, trying to earn up some ults.
the slower that Fnatic play, the more that Prx are going to be worried about those gaps. And it means that Prx themselves have to be pretty proactive in the defense. If you play against Prx and you just hit sites over and over, you make their job very easy here. Because they don't have to worry about the lurk, they can just play for the retake. But when you play slow, the way that Boaster calls, there's going to be worries in the back of Forsaken's mind. And they'll have to take timings like this to re-clear mid and then spread back out.
All of that 3-2-1 swing. I'll get immediately there, at least for the due diligence. Clearing out the way. This is Prx looking to try and flood their way back in. They've only got pistols. Trying to make the most of it right now, but again, bodies topple and fall. Complete collapse onto the site. Patman. Yeah, no life for much longer. 2 now. And this half here, Fnatic looking to see if they can convert this bonus. It's going to be a...
They're not even going to have the chance to get into feel like defenders, just as Kron said.
Fnatic are getting a glimpse into mid. Jump spots. Info gathered.
Looking to diligently clear these corners. Waiting to see if any of the Prx players have tried to take a tricky aggro timing.
Deep wall from Patman. It's causing some concern, but cleared out now by Fnatic.
A devised wall is really good at blocking these gaps. So he's popped it down over towards A right now, and nobody from Fnatic choosing to break it, which means in theory, the defenders can back out of A and go to cover a different gap. But they're waiting here, expecting Boaster to be a good enough caller to want to break this wall.
Yeah, they're poking, prodding, just trying to bring it down. It's going to be fading at a moment's notice, and while that was occurring, something was the only player holding top mid. He's gone. Kai takes him out. Forsaken responds. Paranoia is going to be sweeping forwards as well, putting a bit of pause into the step of Fnatic. Slow as they go. Coming to be taking crashes, the one with a spike here, and he's going to be dropping it into Forsaken's lap. Full control here. This is the round has gone a bit skewed with Fnatic. They need a miracle in it now. Around the spam. Been picked up, but Ching is straight there. Bullet to the body of Alpha. There's not much left that they can really do from this spot. Prx up to 9.
And for Lynch. And that comes. Forsaken steps forward again. On the other side of the wall.
Dropping down in front of him. Alpha just drops him in his stead.
Oh, he's been caught on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Forsaken steps forward again. Oh, he's been caught on the other side of the wall.
Yeah. It's going to be dropping down. Ball's going to be propped up. We can expect it to still be slow and steady by Fnatic.
And this time, Prx do what I was talking about, where they wall up and leave. But they're pushing the other side of the map, getting Patman in a pretty deep inserted position in B.
It's looking like a B split. Boaster has that B main control for them. A very important fight going to be occurring on both sides. Here's something. Just drifts right into the crosshair play. Smart! Jing! Like a rocket man, but the bodies are toppled anyway. Fnatic find the advantage and the edge is left to Patman. Scrambling, running right into the sights. Chronicle.
You love to see plays like that from Prx, leaning on some of the classic odd timings of aggression. But Fnatic dealt with it. Maybe this is the kind of pace that they're more comfortable playing against. They were very ready for that peak from something. It's super similar to what Forsaken went for in the previous round, trying to timing the drone. And then as much as Jing got value from that peak, Fnatic come out on top. Another good start to a half. But that didn't stop Prx from coming back and getting 8 in a row. Prx are just clearing out A right now, allowing something to build up a little closer to the Hunter's Fury, which is an incredibly useful ultimate, especially when you want to play that flood defense style. Puts a lot of pressure on the planter. In this round, Boaster's calling for his team to explore over towards B. And Patman, he's been trying to challenge this. Once more, they do not want to give any space for free. Fnatic are going to have to fight to get into these post plants.
Wall down, barely broken. Not quite there yet. That's going to be signs of life. So, okay, Jing, let's go forwards. It's an eco round. Rocket rebounds, no kill. Alpha taking Jing out of the fight. A lot of the bites in the round that Prx were hoping for. It's going to be dissipating now. Deep drone is around to reclear some of that info, but it's called for Fnatic. They're going to go over towards B. Forsaken and Patman. The only defenders, the only players to try and put a stop to it. Kayak.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be offloading that ultimate now. Overdrive in hand. Trying to put a stop to Patman, and there's only so much you can do. There's a Neon AD in your
Player
face.
standing.
Inevitable at this point here. Trying to go for the trade out. Alpha's there in time.
And Alpha, yeah, is the hero of the round. Utilizes Alex after bastard defense. Tried to could be base for now. Good value
भाई साहब ये देखें डिवाइस ऑफ
in the mid.
All
All in his face for now. We find towards the top. Sakam taken out and a double phase.
Destroyed.
Oh my, obliterated.
And so now you've got no op, no wall, no res. One of your most important players hits the deck so early.
Prx are left wandering out into the open, but Alpha. Good pick. Best that they could potentially find.
He might have even seen 2 on the minimap there as he died. Because it looked like something and Patman were doubled up.
So Prx supported even 4 versus 4 now, and another 3-2-1 into the space! Kayak! That's disgusting work!
That's beautiful. The Neon movement as well to just glide away from the trade. He's sharp, confident, and starting this hit into the B side.
Yeah,
Prx, I mean, they don't even have the tools, the funds here to contest, frankly.
They've scrambled away. Might look to try and save some of the guns, operator perhaps, but they're drifting in like they want to try and take a chunk out of Fnatic.
They've got 4 players that aren't going to be able to buy in the next round.
Unwise. I think they've realized.
Trying to find
experience. They got to save them. Forsaken.
Look at the net throwing on these players trying to save.
They got to save them. Forsaken at the final moments. No respite. Money.
Are willing to take the risks on rounds like this, and it's Forsaken who goes straight down with the...
Already the deep TP, but he's surrounded potentially there, and it's just offset immediately. Patman going down. Clears up a series of unknowns. Fnatic start to slowly get a grip on what's going on.
They Viper walled for mid, so the Forsaken could push, but that meant that Patman didn't have his own Viper wall in B main that he's been playing around.
Forsaken still stands up, but okay, can't avoid that one. Kayak is sharp right now.
Fnatic are doing a great job of dealing with all of this defensive pressure, and like I've been saying over and over again, Prx have to do this. It might look like Prx are just kind of walking into their demise, but their composition relies on them getting active on defense. They can't just sit back. And Fnatic are not giving them an easy game here. They are not hitting sights and execing until the very final moments. And by that point, Prx have already given them a pick.
Why not even pressure across the board? Something re-exploring. The head ripped off, but immediately again the answer back's there. Market open and accessed here for Fnatic. Something's being squeezed.
You know where both of these players are, though. Boast is just calling a full rotate over towards A. Something got a kill. Divide threw out a slow orb. Divide even getting picked over towards Boba. And they've got a great idea of where something is.
Yeah, time.
It's a 4v1.
A real opportunity here for something. Maybe feeling like he has to do it all.
Spike planted.
Spike planted on A. This is a dire circumstance for Prx.
Forsaken only has 800 credits on the wrong side of the map. Decapitate. Dying paper the first time getting from.
Cautious tail that they're weaving across the map.
A drone up over the top, trying to get a little bit of information, but doesn't see Alpha yet, tucked behind the pillar. And they might want to go for that aim 3-2-1 mid re-clear. Even Divide coming to try to help it out.
Come towards it, broken up towards the top. There's fights to be taken, but battle lines redrawn and lurking up onto the angle. Patman deletes poster.
Come on, Boaster.
That's down for Prx. They put the wall up as well to reinforce towards Market. Watchful eye up towards it, but Alpha! My God, that's instinctual.
Beautiful timing, but Divide's there with the res.
Hunter's Fury though to try and punish, and this is getting hot and heavy. Brought all the way towards him. There's no tags from clashes, no clearance. Forsaken tucked right underneath it. There's that arms propped up. Full spam committal to the clip, but already the timing forwards at near sight. Just catches onto Kayak. Wants an iron that kill though. He's having to put Forsaken in his place and now taking control of the site. In the blink of an eye, there's only 15 seconds left. Slow off. Stuck rattling the nade. Ricocheting. Kayak being chipped down. And Prx. They do try.
The really critical one to win in that Pryor. They still have massive ultimates that if they can run the time down are going to be super important. That shot dart is supposed to break a trip. And the lineup just off.
Rattling. Shake with the bullets. Forsaken. Forced to respect it when the Viper orbs up. Drop down with a double face through the box. No damage done.
Forsaken though is always going to be re-challenging. He's super aggressive.
Trying to take that fight, and he had put the rookie in his place. Kayak. There's no more. Chronicle going for a little bit more. Again, these smokes causing issues.
Forsaken just cannot be dug out of these spots. Trying to pull defensive rotates. Boaster might be the playmaker here. They're droning in towards B. Trying to pull defensive rotates. Boaster might be the playmaker up mid.
Yeah.
But Forsaken is here again.
Moved in, drops down though.
With feet.
It is with feet. Control over the rifle in that spot. Something. Stop to it in a 3v5 scenario. Fnatic.
Come on, Jing.
Still looking to see if they can test towards that A side. Jing propped up. Missed the timing onto the cross. Barely alive there. Shredded back and forth with the bullets. Fnatic have access towards it, but the Hunter's Fury is let loose to try and deny the plans. He's giving them hot feet. Crouchies up for mid. But there's the connection they were looking for. And Prx take back control of the momentum of this map.
Two crucially important rounds here towards the tail end, where it looked like Fnatic playing on the very edge of the risk that he can take.
Boys, one more.
But not getting punished for it. And he's just making all of this map control feel impossible. This spot over towards A. And yet they'll have a hard task going through him.
He's not keen to give it up.
They do have a camera that they can pop that should be able to get a tag and push him off potentially.
Standing ahead.
Utah's going to be sent flying forward, start to TP. Evacuation back to the side, Paranoia. And the dart up and over towards the top. There's a smoke to play in. Forsaken, he's safe for now. The Rockets! Forsaken! Just sidestepping all of them. And reinforcements have arrived. Prx. Trying to hotly contest most of this space here, but they have given up all of B in the...
And Fnatic look like they've given up on this one. I mean, his Boaster was safe. He was in... He teleported back and made them for that shot. It really has felt like...
As a Prx fan, they choke karenge.
When they were first stepping...
From that first stepping stone that Prx are looking for. Deep hold again. This is aggression though by Fnatic. Hold up. Bit of spam into the box. And instantly calling for the retreat.
Looking to try to put the pressure on early. Maybe anticipating that that's where Forsaken was going to be playing. And the cam up above the pit. Not going to spot Patman.
I mean, he's timing something. He's going to be handed back. Surely a fight to be taken. A lot of damage on the crashes. The stun ricochets perfectly in place. And Divide topples. Something trying to fill up those gaps. Straight from behind. Spike dropped down. Smoke uppercuts ahead of it. It's all down to something in that 1v2.
He knows the Boaster's going to play for the ultimate. He knows that he doesn't need to defend the spike. And so something's now found a much earlier timing into market.
Ahead of it now. Here's the plan. This is the best time for it. He can isolate a fight. 1v1 Alpha!
The magic and the regulation.
Moya forwards already. Prx. Very fast playing. That's it! And the wall up!
Can they give overtime in map 1?
Moya forwards already. Prx. Very fast playing. That's it! And the wall up! The bloody Wiser! It's a bloodbath towards the bottom section. Palmer now looking to try and put a stop to any of it. No more funny business. Prx. They want this first stepping stone and they want it bad.
The perfect time to pull out a set play like that. Leaves Chronicle and Crashies in a tough 2v4. Boxed in on sight. Prx, this first map feels just an inch away.
Viper's pit offloaded.
इसके पास every time
Blight onto the side that's given them that safety net. Fnatic trying to play through. But immediately it falls. And Prx take down number 1.
for me.
Yeah.
कर रहे
Oh boy.
अच्छा
चालू है
अच्छा,
भाई
ये
And immediately
अले कर या फिर तेरे इसमें कर मैं इसको डाल
तो खा भाई तुम मुझे रे हाँ भाई तुझे जो
ये बॉस का क्या यार
तुझे जो चाहिए मंगा उसमें से थोड़ा खाता ना
तेरे एड्रेस डाले फिर तेरे से मंगा मैं डाल
आप नहीं
कौन सा मिल गया अबे बिल्डर चला भी है
King B. But Fnatic are just trying to figure out which part of the map Prx are playing for. Where are they fighting? And this is a silent way of fighting.
Yeah.
Here.
Slow siege.
ये देखिए इतना ठहरे देखते हैं लोग ऐसा खेलना हम one lot of people
Hoping that someone springs this trap, and they have.
Oh
Alpha catches wind of it.
कौन क्या क्या खेल रहा है
Immediately, this Prx triple face evaporates,
जिससे
dissolves,
Bonus में
leaving only Forsaken and Jing.
शायद सेन लोग समझ रहे
Even Jing actually leaving the A site entirely, ready for the reaction of Fnatic into B.
God, that spike, and they're just seeing it as well. Crashies is trying to take that timing forwards. Divide shuts it down before it gets a little bit messy here. Site
30
control still a little
seconds
bit all over the place. And there's a timing here, Boaster! Can't get the shots
बोला
right,
नहीं,
can't get it in order. Prx walking all over them right now.
believe in the boys
Winnable even without a pistol. And Fnatic, there's a smoke up on belt that stops you from being able to contest this angle early. And on B, Batman trying to hold a pretty aggressive position and punish you if you try to take B main for free.
And they go on wandering. Oh boy, punished for it.
दिखा
And they go on wandering. Oh boy, punished for it. Tavai is rolling heads off shoulders. Backer is right there by his side. Clean sweep.
Can't be getting 3 from that position with only a sheriff. That's ridiculous. Halfway up almost. To getting his lockdown online. What a shot, the first one. Barely see anything of Boaster's head. And another demonstration that Prx are going to take fights. Plenty of players in that spot would see many people in mid and just back up. Allow the turret to be broken and worry about Kitchen instead. No, Prx are going to contest that space and force you to earn it.
boys
Something with an off online in round 3. Something walking up with the off in round 3.
One being held here off angle. Could be shots rattled. And yeah, one to the dome. Something is the one. Dropped in his place. Boaster calling for a pause on the rest of the troops. No more exploration.
It's a massively important kill, but Boaster's got to know that there's another player behind that.
Deploying drone.
Drone being used by Fnatic. Clears out a lot of the site. Jing, though, is laying in wait. Time to strike might be nigh. There's a wall up onto the one side of it. Slow up, rattled. Walls up, though. Time to fight! They're just trying to tip-tap. Guardian in hand. Can't settle the recall enough here. Wall's going to be dropping down. Open access to these fights to buy. He's still here, still kicking. The snake bite not connecting. Forsaken trying to assist the best he can, but as Util used to clear him out in spades. Fnatic slowly to glacial pace. Patman trying to stop this one in his tracks, though. Snake bite
30 seconds left.
ricocheting, forces an uncomfortable planting spot. It's a 2v2 still. Prx access towards it, drifting in. Kayak! Still down single digits. Him and Patman gonna take this one. Patman snaps to Kayak's dome. One left to start! Lights him up!
What a beast in the clutch this newcomer to Prx is. He's won some mightily important 1vx's. And here dismisses the rookie on the other side of the stage before taking down a player with a ton of experience too. The Red Bull clutch to win the bonus in a spot where it looked like Fnatic actually were in control, but the more that they went forward to try to get the plant down, the more they opened up opportunity.
Big drone, it's broken.
It's difficult.
Big drone, it's broken early. Crashies was just looking to clear that space. They know that something has been taking liberties.
I think it was a shock dart there as well that did a pretty large chunk of damage.
Oh yeah, cancelled it.
Alpha's going to try to work his way up to you, but it's difficult. Devi's got his full setup here.
Paranoia trying to refight this one. A crunching Fnatic. Slow take. Stopped in his tracks once more. Forsaken. Pushing them back and away. Prx are not content with just scraps. They want to go even further forwards again. Damage. Kayak. And they just brought this one back from the brink. His weapons abound, but 8 HP to do it all. And Devi not eager to lose that chance.
Another spot where Kayak probably isn't anticipating Devi swinging. Most people are going to play a 2v1, a lot more cautious than that. But Prx are finding the right timings today to put pressure on Fnatic in unexpected ways. These are the risks, the gambles that Prx have taken and honestly have in some previous tournaments been punished for. But this time, today, it is really working. Fnatic's coach is already deciding to take a tactical timeout. We are seeing these really early on in the halves. I think Alex talked a little bit about it during the coach's interview, the fact that he was already out of them by the time it got to crunch time, you know, like 11-11 kind of stuff at the end of Sunset. The pressure hitting early on.
Anything to stop that momentum that Prx have. It's not within its tracks, but it's hard to do against a freight train going at man speeds. That's what Prx are playing like. Lights out, determined to be the ones to lift that trophy.
The only team to really put a halt on it was Gen G way earlier on. And honestly, since then, the train has just been accelerating all the way through that upper bracket. It's really difficult to stop a team that has momentum like this when they're feeling confident and are going for peaks at unexpected times. You've got to be ready for anything against Prx. And what's frustrating in this tournament, I would imagine, is that it's at quite different timings compared to usual. Here's an adjustment. Snake bite. And a shot and a half there to delete Jing.
Snaps up. Jing is gone.
So they've denied Forsaken getting that Hunter's Fury online and finding themselves in a 5v4. Couldn't ask for a better beginning for Fnatic.
Push, that's a cheeky one, Patman. I don't want to overstay yourself though. Drones forward, something's going for another bite of the apple! And he evens a score.
I don't think that's too bad though for Fnatic. They do still have a res to be able to work around with. They're droning. Boaster's taking a little bit of space in mid. This is a risk.
Yeah, and he's pre-aiming the wrong spot here. Just spotting it. Something seen it. Out through the shoulder. Dart against it. The spam expecting the Boaster would cross out, and he's got out scot-free. Alpha exploring on the other side. Devi's done. The spike in the hands of Chronicle. It's going to be a quick plant now.
Yeah, that's huge. Fnatic were anticipating that Prx would be denying the res, and so B would be more open. Instead, Devi was holding it and got deleted. Still a player advantage for Fnatic in the post plan.
An ADS up, Alpha yet, top form. Really trying to drag that first round on the board here for Fnatic. Brute force and mechanics. Exactly what they ordered. Forsaken's still going to be making a go at this one though. Alongside Patman, time though ticking. Spike, it's getting out of hands and pushed forwards, pressed the advantage. Alpha yeah! Smelling blood in the water.
If he gets online, could be a very different game. I mean, he still played fantastically in the first map, don't get me wrong. But we've seen matches that Fnatic have been playing, honestly, not just at this tournament, but at the end of stage 1, 2, where he just took over. In my opinion, probably front runner for MVP at this point. Alpha, yeah. Oh, Prx.
Few ults online, Fnatic Another bit of util, got to respect that.
Yeah, that constant conditioning of taking the ult orb early is just forcing some level of utility to be used for Fnatic. This round, they decide not to use the snake bite, but have to use a slow orb instead.
Patman, here's a drone. Side steps out a bit, looking to take a timing rather than breaking it.
Yeah, he wants to play this aggressive. Again, think about the way that Forsaken, for example, was playing on Sunset. You want to force Fnatic to earn every inch.
All up, all down. Boaster sees an advantage and a spot to try and play in, but the first shot just missed. On either side here, smoke up in your face. And Prx re-exploring.
A completely empty here, Brent. Prx have got the right read to play it for retake.
Down 3 mid as a dash active. Kai wants to try and go with it. Updraft over towards it. Alpha, my God, tapping away and snap into the domes of any adversary.
It's remarkable the consistency that he's got. Had to deal there with a player in a pretty unexpected position at bottom tube. Forced a 1v1 and came out the better end of it. Something's in a fairly unwinnable position. And again, Alpha goes hunting at the end. He is thirsty. Got his lockdown online. So overall, as well on both sides to try to deal with it. So the Killjoys are not in a perfect position to be able to get value out of their ults. But this has knocked Prx's economy back after just 2 rounds. No. And both time another type. But it's about getting Fnatic in situations and timings that they're not quite anticipating.
Well, quick dash though, this is Fnatic.
Way
faster. From Prx to really receive. They might be able to get a few pot shots in potentially. Swinging wide as I say that, Devi. Around the corner already, but he's looking for that open sight line. Not going to be given too much. Just spots the one, even that repeat. Rattling shots on. Updraft now, knives in hand. Something we're going to clear the way and cleave a path to victory. Kayak gone. Cut out the picture now. Swarms. The nano swarms themselves. Lockdown even being committed. Prx are using this ult on ults. They realize it's winnable. Up towards the top though. Boaster needs to be managed. Bullet to the side. Sheriff's there. And he needs to try and break this one. No, Bullet surely is just there. And one detainment on it. Something sticking. Ult just yanked out of the back pocket. Anything to secure this round for Fnatic now. They need it. Something trying to play his life to the final moments. The right click to no avail.
And a round win. They did, in fact, but not enough people caught in all of that. Has that ult to empower the rest of his team to flood defend, and something with an op.
Deep push by Jing as well.
His op was amazing earlier on in the tournament. We got to see him pull it out on Ascent, and he was working magic with it.
I have the spike.
अच्छा करता है वो, लेकिन वो
Get his chance again.
पॉप लेके नहीं जाना.
I can tell where Fnatic are looking to lead and end.
वो एक कुछ प्ले खतरनाक प्ले करेंगे करके जाता है रियल जैसा, but
They're throwing down a slow orb over towards A, making it feel perhaps like they're taking early A control, and then Boaster leading them back towards B
उधर ही है उन्होंने.
with 4 bodies. 3, sorry. Making sure that they're grouped up, able to trade out Patman if he goes for something wild.
On spotting Alpha. Just him even going for a bit of a fight towards Taken. I mean, he's lucky to be alive there.
That's so bold.
Pop it up onto the box. The read is only coming in just now. Prx realizing potentially a little bit late. Scattered bodies, but are going to hit a wall now. Realize that they've missed their mark, potentially. Snap towards the top. Patman's still alive here. Something from the side. And Alpha wants to try and slink in himself. There's 28 seconds left, and they're getting cold feet. They're going to go towards timing. It's all on Alpha.
Alpha's found a beautiful timing here. Might be able to catch something in the back, and he's already calling for Boaster to make the rotate around.
Absolutely, and he bites his time perfectly. Just deleting adversaries now. There's 14 seconds left. Got to get a move on.
He's going to be able to get spiked down here, though, Boaster.
Going forwards, it's a TP back behind as well, obfuscating the intent. Jing can really just put a stop to all of this right now, but Alpha in through mid, traded out, cleaned up. One left onto the site. Boaster is to try and put a stop to it, and the reflank as well occurring. Crashies drifting all the way in. The backs towards him, they are none the wiser as I say that. Device shut me up. It's left down to Boaster, being squeezed onto the site. Devi and Jing tightening the net, spamming away, and they find their mark.
What awareness there from Devi towards the end. Crashy's knife out, trying to find the timing, almost perfect. And Divide just thinks to check behind for a moment towards screens. They haven't seen the Sova in a while. Look at that play though from Patman. Working his way forwards again, aggressively challenging as the plank goes down. Always forcing Fnatic to work for it. And inside the pit, great coordination from Divide. And Forsaken, I think it was towards the end. Just closing the net.
Suspects it. Angle's been...
अबे लगा रही है
नहीं रे, तो ये क्या करेगा मुझे?
क्या?
इधर समथिंग इन्हें कहा कि कौन जीता वो?
समथिंग मारेगा लगता है.
Definitely holding for it. He suspects it.
No,
overstep.
An inch further forward, and Kayak for sure would see it. There gives away the hand.
Yeah. Just from the jump spot there, and an attempt at the punish. Shot trapped. Alpha is right there.
That's an insane adjustment from Alpha here as well. Divide tries to swing into cover and gets deleted.
He's trying to plug up those gaps, but up through Kitchen they are none the wiser again. It's Kayak. Lifted in, walking in. Dash is active. Missed the timing. Caught it on the wall. Kayak.
The pace.
Missed the wiser again. It's Kayak. Drifted in, walking in. Dash is active. Missed the timing. Caught it on the wall of them. Kayak.
The patience in that moment.
Tears open the map. Fnatic, they realize they've got it at this point. Again, leaning hard on Alpha and Kayak to get it all done.
That's incredibly impressive, though. A reminder once more that this is Kayak's first global event. This is his first Grand Finals. It hasn't been that long since he won Ascension and started playing in the big leagues.
The money's not good, something not long for this world at this point. Up and over towards the top. Kayak, tasty little three-piece.
That's some unbelievable composure for a rookie player, though. That's the kind of timing that you would only expect somebody with a huge amount of experience to be able to pull off. And Jing just has no clue about that. It is a little rough when you watch it back from his POV. But the trigger discipline. A panic from Patman. And they've let things slip a little bit here. Prx down onto another eco, and Fnatic with a great opportunity to tie it up. Alpha even going for an attack off. You know that in these kind of rounds, Prx are going to be trying to challenge you. Trying to bait out that aggression from the defenders and punish is all about what Fnatic are going for here today.
Jing really being the only player that can do some damage in this spot. Bulldog ripped in his hands. He's got bodies with him too. Prx trying to hold this one down.
There was a potential for a timing on the other side of the map as well, but Patman denied it as Alfia reconnects with the rest of the squad. This is going to end A into 3 at least.
Yeah.
The stack is here.
See how this one goes. Dart's being held as well for the signs of life. There's smokes on smokes. Propped up into the face, but all contact. Slow and steady is called for by Fnatic, and that's the time to strike. Well, the iron is hot, and they find their timing. Perched up, Kayak. Just dishing it all out now with the bullets.
Jing tucked in. Patman deleted on the flank.
There's not much that Jing can really do from this spot. I mean, surely, yeah, just a bulldog. Can't quite get it under control. And Kayak is the one online now. Take a look at this player. You said it, Josh. You would not expect this guy to be a rookie on this stage. But Icebox is his playground. It has been all tournament long.
Now you look at the two players that have been at the top of the scoreboard for Fnatic today. It's the same in map 1 and map 2. Alpha and Kayak finding their opportunities to be the playmakers as well. Opening up these rounds. From the entry and from the lurk. A reminder that Alfia brought an attack off into the previous round and he's still got it here. So looking to try to shut down something if he was playing on A Rafters. A pacey opening as well though. taking this exec space quickly. Trying to punish Divine, for example, if he was going to be playing for the orb, or Pac-Man as well.
Jing has been prone for an EP play or two. Alpha, slow as you go. Big boomstick in his hands. He's been lights out. All of those to try and slow this approach. Prx trying to stall this one out, but as a drone through, and Kayak is already
he's so
up towards the top, and he's spotted it. Players, but he's taking bullets in the process. Tucked to the corner. He's going to be able to survive as a wall to try and at least block some of the bullets. Forsaken! Two crashes right back out, but no coverage! Into the back of the side, Jing! No time for overheating, the sun, keep that gun out. 17 bullets.
Alpha just with an op.
Alpha would have to
Do you
just
think they go score?
absolutely light them up, but it's a guessing game for him. Prx at least keep hold of this lead that they've had, at least for most of this map.
These are the timings I'm talking about, though, Brent. You watch Crash's POV here towards the replay. He throws out a recon dart, which means the Chronicles alone get in the plant. He does an amazing job of picking up Divine and Forsaken, but he then thinks he has a timing to send utility.
Vion. Kayak. Jones going to be spotting it. Clears something off the line. Patman. Look at the clear. Yeah, he posts it back up. What a read by Fnatic.
Now that is gorgeous.
Hunter's Fury pulled out. Jing, he's in their spawn. He's already taken out Alpha yet. This is Prx offloading everything at their disposal now. Locked down, dropped down. But a plant down without any problems. Fnatic going to be retreating. Crashes in a prime spot.
In theory, Chronicle could actually go for this res in mid.
Dogs up in their face. Kayak barely forwards there. Divide. Will he look to the side? There's a res in mid. Bringing these players back, but the Paranoia is already sweeping forwards. Prx, they take that timing, they take it themselves. Striking! Straight up them! Fnatic have to rely all on Crash. He's up from the high ground, half on the defuse. Forsaken. Surely he's earned this now, but he's in that 1v2. And Crashes dominates from the high ground. This one, they're doubling it. Well, drifting up through window, a couple of random bullets as well. Fnatic are trying to reinforce this one, they're doubling it up. It's Boaster and Crashes against the bloody world. And they're ready to deliver. Crashes already with quick 2-1s, and now, missed around ideas. All gone a bit skew whiff, really. Fnatic are in complete control.
Jing's smoke gave the game away there. A brilliant read from Fnatic. They knew choose to draw, but it's not the way that Fnatic themselves usually fight. Be interesting to see if his words of wisdom carry through. Boaster, though, backing off instead of stepping up, looking to try to play the numbers and play the retake. More of the classic Fnatic style.
Following those sound cues, looking to potentially take some early fight. Kayak. Shot to the body, Marshall will do that. There's no armor on the board here. Trying to go for that plant down. And going to push this one back. Not quite, it's going down. Slowly being collapsed upon here. Prx doesn't really stand a chance. Just from the hip. Something classic. Does some damage, but that's about it.
A pretty clean round. Boaster and Alpha, they didn't even invest, so they've got plenty of opportunity here to have a good buy heading into their bonus round. But Fnatic are going to be doing a lot of this, where they're trying to react to what Prx are doing around the map. Trying to stack bodies and get in position to go for that retake. Kayak, though, is contesting as the plant goes down there. You know, Fnatic might have a bit of an adjustment. We've got to hear it from Alpha. But it will be very interesting if Fnatic decides to take the fight to Prx. Kayak picking up an operator. That's come out of the Boaster bank. It's a good job we're not doing the econ report now, I suppose, at the end of this one. But yeah, Boaster, always the selfless leader.
Kayak trying to post himself up. Well, the supports, and wow, something. Eager to try and take that fight, Kayak makes him regret it. Shoulders just poking out here. This is Fnatic. Going out. Pick advantage. Precisely the place they love to be in.
Jing's down to go really aggressive with this Omen. I've seen him teleport onto screens before, ult into crazy spots. In a playmaking situation like this, down 4v5, you're wanting Jing to step up.
Fury pulled out of it. That's early. Crashes earning his kills and his orbs up through mid. Another lurk happening. Jing is gone. Patman had to delete that turret, and Alfier's right there behind him, avenging poor Timmy. Divide and Forsaken, you might have got this plant down. But how the hell are you going to dig yourself out of this one? Mistakes need to be made, and Fnatic not in the habit of making them often here. The dart against the back, all is revealed, and Forsaken.
Fight Kayak towards back yellow.
Try and deny that belt space.
Both teams fighting for belt space and the ult orb.
Patman,
Come on.
hold on. Walkabout, Sheriff in hand, he just can't quite control it. Alfie looking to be alive from that spot, but still claims the kill.
Definitely would have been a punish on a rifle round.
Regrouping up, Fnatic got bodies ready to receive. They can fully aware of this one and how it's going to be landing, but that's a sideways swing. Sets up Divide perfectly. Stinger in hand. Plant can now go down here. They brought this to a 4v4. Close quarters weaponry. Prx are going to be looking to try and take this fight towards Fnatic. No playing offside for it. Fnatic still grouped towards screens. The rifles looking to try and dissuade any chance. So Prx getting away with that funny business. Grouped up together with the discipline. Chronicle, lights out from him.
So dependent. This is now Prx have been going for those mid lurks quite a lot. They put pressure on mid right at the start of the round, and they've had Patman try to lurk. They haven't been very successful with it. At some point, I wonder whether it puts them off entirely.
Couple of stray shots there. Sheriff in hand. Already trying to dash straight up. An attempt of a punish. Prx are making this one fast and loose. Playing it forwards. Risks to be had. This is that Prx of old. But just missing the top of nest. They're timing each other. Alfie still active here, trying to drop back as well. He needs some safety and he needs some backup. But something is the one delivering death. All out to the opposition. There's kills happening all over the bloody place.
Something's got to hold off a double flank, but Jing might be the playmaker over in Snowman.
Still player advantage, not for much longer. There it is. Something has evened it out 3v3, but for the repeat, all expected. Kayak 2v3 now.
Jing was just
Jing
was begging for people to come towards him, and really nobody has. Jing's positioning was cute, but no one's coming his way.
Yeah, and Crashy's brought back into the fold now. This is feeling inevitable. Updraft dash, cute play indeed, isolating the fight. Forsaken trying to make a go of it now, trying to really do the damage. But the bullet to the back, it's all up to Jing, and it's brought it to that 1v1. Smokes v smokes, Boaster sticking it denied the chance. They brought that one back from an impossibility.
Really beautiful positioning, and every kill he gets to slam dunk.
Stem the bleeding for now.
Kayak on another pretty aggressive position. The drone designed to try to push him off, and he dips, not giving away the fact that he's got the op.
Trying to re-peek it as well. That's a wide face, something. Lucky, just evades the bullets.
Does Kayak take Alfia's advice and refight? Or is he looking to play risk-averse and set up the retake with the rest of his team?
No dash available, it would be risky, just trying to take that timing inside that smoke, but the updraft, quick scope, bullets raining down onto him, something though has been dropped. Chopped down at the knees is what it seemed. Chronicle happy to deal out that damage here on site.
Still with a recon.
Kayak.
Kayak's is fantastic at preempting these spots that Prx want to fight.
He's perfectly posted every single time. The dart is a 180. Patman has got to do a lot from this spot. Jing, again, looks a chord for. Cuts forward. The positioning, they're looking to try and stunt it, trying to stop it. Knives in hand. Prx drawing blood. But again, that repeat. Playing into Fnatic's hands to buy. Chronicle already under the fuse. He's got to start swinging. He's got to do it now. It's all safety.
Divide together, waiting. He's going to run into the maw.
It's a large reveal. Prx are all grouped up.
Well, they've got a massive ultimate advantage in this round, Brent. So if there was a round to try to do something quick and hit them hard, hit them fast, it would be this one.
Fnatic are just giving them all that space again, like you said.
Post-plant lockdown would be crazy good from Divide too.
Updraft over with the knives. Looking for a target, looking for a sight line. And Util just comes out swinging, rebounding. Finally, Forsaken can commit. Prx do have ult to their own.
4-second cult.
Yeah, my eyes immediately go to Divide, wondering when he's going to try to use this.
There it is. Smoke's dropped down. This is Fnatic trying to make a go. Lockdown's there. Already in. This is Fnatic trying to make a play for this. Kayak. There's no stopping this guy. Disgusting work. The lockdown cannot be broken in time. Albiedo found himself a pocket, found himself a window. And Forsaken is going to do it all. Offload him with the ult. It's time ticking, really. That point. Found the kill. Running him down, though. Forsaken will be finished. Kayak on the fuse.
That's close.
That's so damn close. Oh!
Yes,
And that's a good one. But this shot is... Earlier on Sunset, I think you could argue both teams were really bringing a good game, but now Prx letting Icebox slip, and this could be Fnatic equalizing.
Kayak.
Unbelievable
so far with his form. Icebox.
Fnatic equalizing.
Kayak. Unbelievable so far with his form. Icebox really is his playground, but he's forced to concede that space. Jing forward, sees it onto the shoulder. Poster gone. Alpha responds. It's traded out, but there's pressure in mid. And Devi still looking through, but finally spotted out. Players need to deal with him, but it's all chaos thrown into the mix. Forsaken and Devi. There with a 3-2-1 swing.
Cube into Alpha. Doesn't get completely broken.
Kayak swinging, and look at the just draw blood out of them. Prx. Yeah, still there though, Devi. Can sense it. Posturing occurring and a deep push and peek by Chronicle. It's already anticipated.
Good awareness from Devi.
Yeah. Expecting it all now.
Crashes with a rifle. Boaster might be able to recover one if he completely repositioned, but at the moment, really isolated over in this snowman spot. Should be Prx being able to pick this one up. 4v2.
Hello.
Tip tap.
Ghost bullet. Not the weapon of choice for Boaster, obviously. Not cleaned up though either, and that could spell problems. Jing pressing forwards, crashes now. He's got that rifle. Needs to make it sing. He's already found himself two. Dart towards the back. Needs to be dealt with, but double.
Come on, boys.
2 round drop.
Gonna be rapid.
Jing going for another really deep push.
Forwards, crashes is good. Ajao with a movement still. This is going to be rapid. And Jing's all the way round towards the side. One more TP. Try and get out of dodge there, but committing that paranoia. And Kayak filling in the pieces. Alpha tip tapping with the movement.
That's huge from Patman. Being able to pick off the 1v1 fight against Alpha and trade Chronicle.
It's all over the place.
Patman can't reconnect with the rest of his team to really pop down this Viper's Pit on site.
Just try to adjust, missing on either side.
Planted.
Putting it down though into that 3v2 Boaster. Might have just caught eyes onto Patman.
Patman
Boaster is wise to it.
He's just trying to delay for as long as possible. Actually, maybe he didn't
Onto the high ground.
What an off angle.
God damn.
I thought for a moment there, maybe he hadn't realized that Boaster had spotted him, but repositioned into a attack pause. Of pressure in the top from Forsaken. Oh, and the timing here as well.
And this operator, it's critical to finish this up.
I think Stingers to support.
The rifle and a lot of bolts on top of it. Kayak can't even escape.
I mean, that's insane from Jing just running through, but he has full trust in the paranoia.
Full aggression. They're not stopping now. The Prx of old wants to rear its head. The leash has been cut and snapped. There's no containing them. Like a pack of rabid velociraptors. Hungry.
Of regulation.
And they are all in. Why wouldn't you be operator here? Smoke in your face to try and obfuscate. This is the Hunter's Fury that's coming out swinging.
They thought it was another one of those fast hits. Crashes gets the ult baited out as Prx reset.
Conditioning for you. Devi's one away from an ult of his own now. Slower tempo. Even the ult just thrown into it. Jing obfuscating the intent, but bodies are now trying to form up.
That's supposed to draw bodies away from the A side and make it easier for Prx, but there's still a pit here. There's still a lockdown.
Yeah, it's a lockdown for a lockdown here in this spot. Alpha's ready. Puts it up close to the screens. What's the next level to all of this? Hunter's Fury going to be committed. It's going to be breaking that portion of it, and this has to be respected now. Fnatic, they've offloaded everything to try and stay into this round, but it's going to be going down. It crashes out into the open.
Monster beefed it. That pit, you're supposed to get back inside, and he got detained.
And Prx not slowing down. Still that res brings Crashy back into the fold, back into the fray. Watch the eye up for mid. Prx eager though. Topple Fnatic before they stand and get a grip onto this retake. Pressing forwards, shoulder to shoulder discipline. It's helped so far, but Fnatic need it now in spades. Jing, that extra element. Drifted into the side here, doubled up, and the rifles are ringing out.
And even though dealt with the lurk, there were too many threats. Next one is their permaban.
Standing ahead.
Smoke on the corner, something. Glass cannon operator.
You know,
Opted into heavy defensive setup here by Prx. Fnatic again, you can see that caution played by them. Tiptoeing around, a bit tepid, but trying to dissect the map. Going overhead, spots out the jet.
Yeah, spotting Kayak there gives you some decent information, an idea that it might well be ending A, so you can keep these 4 players. The trust they have in Patman, just to hold down B if their read is wrong, but it's not at all. Forsaken with exactly the right idea of what's happening here. Boaster calling for a little bit more pressure over towards B, and Prx, they want info. They want to step up a little. As Boaster sniffed this out, he's calling for Fnatic to reposition.
To the B split, perhaps.
And this is going to put Patman's head on a swivel. And maybe Patman's head on a spike.
Going to be turning up the heat. 25 seconds left, down to the wire. Patman still has a snakebite to try and deny some space. Shot darts in your face. Walls up, same with the orbs.
Come on.
Prx starting to get a bit of a read on this one here, but again, Patman needs to try and deny. He steps forward, blind as anything. He does not know what's going on. Prx trying to even it out. Kayak with the peak, but the plan needs to go down. With no issues further. Crashies commits. They're getting into the spot now. Fnatic putting a squeeze onto these Prx players. They're going to try and clear this guy out. Kayak, he's done. Finished. Paranoia up top. Jing, no way! Nearsighted Chronicle may be! But this guy will not be denied. Something's still there though, swinging wide. The operator switched around, weaponry now with a rifle. Time starting to tick in a 1v1. Crashies, tepid, approach.
Tap and
वेट बॉयज पिज्जा आया है आ रहे हैं हम किधर है वो किधर नीचे क्या देखो कौन सा घर गया देखो ने हाँ गुड बाय साउंड आया तो कोई तो आ रहा है फिर नीचे से नहीं आजा आजा
have an opportunity to close.
forwards, Kayak. Trying to fill in this space here. Oh my god, the pure disrespect. The dash is the poster. Needs to try and stop them here, but he's isolated onto the corner. Caught out wide. Kayak's still there though. This guy is eager to just try and play into the mechanics. Prx not stopping. The feed is filled with red and blood being spilled out onto the site. Tricky task indeed for Fnatic. Walls up and everyone is falling slowly but surely. Chronicle, last one left. 5 bullets left in a swing.
Nice.
They're going to use it fair. Maybe in some...
Fnatic taking this time to recuperate, breathe a little bit. It's a slow orb that could have been thrown out, but Forsaken, no, he's just, I mean, okay, scot-free.
Yeah, he was playing for that pretty heavily in regulation. Less important, arguably, here in overtime because everybody starts 3 away. Don't know if you noticed that Nana Swarm as well that was put down on top Jenny from Devi. That's why Kayak's been almost every time. So they've got a very specific counter plan here. Look at Jing holding that paranoia as well. They know exactly what they want to do to counter this Fnatic A hit.
Rhymed.
It does feel like these timeouts have been helping Alex and Prx more than Fnatic.
Drone's broken. Deep control towards B. Any posturing by Fnatic is put to an end. And now, I set over towards A.
David.
Triple face, alarm bounce. It's going to be gone. Jing there with a paranoia! Oh my goodness!
It works perfectly. The game plan, absolute perfection.
Cut them to shreds, and Fnatic now left scrambling for options.
There's the op value as well. Devi tucked onto a position that's really tough to clear.
David.
Kayak is going to try and win that final bullet. Mid animation boaster, captain himself. He's going to right the wrongs of the round, but on top of it.
Well for them. And that was the round that they needed. Every attack round has been going well for them. They won the last 5 in a row to close out regulation. It's been pacey. It's been fast. W game. It's been pacey. It's
21 bullets में आर दबाया इसने.
been fast.
इसका मुंह देखा भी.
ऐसा कुछ क्या?
W all of the pressure.
Died. Grouped up, deep dark paranoia to making it feel like it's that fast B pressure. And Kayak is taking liberties, taking risks. Him versus Devi finds it.
That's huge info as well. You see Devi on this side of the map, you know at least that they're defaulting. You don't know for sure that they're coming back over towards A, but you know it's not that fast.
An attempt of a punish in the jump spot. Boaster acknowledged what he was looking for.
I mean, what a decision from Forsaken to try to bait.
Yeah, he's creeping in through the back. They already know he's there. Patman really anticipated. Bodies out wide to the open. Patman just sidesteps it. Alternating with the movement, but tucked behind Dice. Forsaken is creeping forward. Off of that contact, Kayak. When is your time to strike? Deep dart, dash active, wall up into your face. Throw into the corner, clears him out though. We'll have to use it to disengage.
Chronicle can step in to cover that though. Prx still, even with all 3 players here, have got a difficult task.
3v4 walks down as well, onto the open. Jing! He's dropped.
30 seconds left.
Fnatic have found it. Their footing, the foundation. A safety net now, all the pressure's on Patman. 1v3, 20 seconds left. Taps it, looking for a kill, looking for a cheap fight. Again, he's not going to be given it. Snake bite, all the options reduced.
On the flank, and now we're back to even.
14-14. Up overhead with the util.
Something's still going for the operator. Every round on defense has been trying to make it work. Did find a little bit of value with it over towards B. They've got to be watching out for this paranoia again. It worked so well last time for Jing, but he's not really in a spot to use it now.
Cheeky with the positioning.
It looks to me like they're trying to fake that it's only Alpha here on A. You know, he's the player that's getting up, getting forwards.
What's man with the dart? It's going to be a drone. Fnatic faking like they're taking B control. Looking to see if they can pull bodies to make A a little bit weaker. Soften it up for the take now.
I mean, that's nice. Patman takes contact, which disguises where the operator is. So it could still be on A.
Drifting though. Prx are losing control. A hard anchor it now, but are seeing signs of life and hearing it on top of it. Nano swarms, deaded. All up in your face to delay.
Do they play to flood? Do they play to defend and deny the spike?
Devi is hard committed. He seems just a body. He's peeking over towards the top of this row. And we're seeing it now. Paranoia is forwards again. There's a wall into your face. Fnatic have access towards it. Insane! Is that by Jing? Fnatic! Vice grip now over towards the... And it scraps on the floor that Patman has to pick up and make something from it. Damage done, bullets raining through, but right from the side! Chronicle! Never denied. Something here, operator in hand, but this is just dire. Oscillating the momentum of this map. Happening round by round. Picks up the rifle, but you got one hell of a task, and no clearance again. Time's ticking. It's all against it. Crashes, no.
But also... job getting
over, you don't anticipate this one.
that trophy out of reach.
He's taking a peek here early. It's an operator in his hands. Wall up and over, you don't anticipate this one. It's a classic play! What do you? Heads up play, you're trying to use those walls against Prx. They were born in it, molded by that play.
Beautiful anticipation from Forsaken. Now, the wall does still block Patman off. And Alpha, he's pushed up.
Alpha, you are so hard committed here, but he just spots it onto the drone as well. And my God, man! Does he deliver? Taken out eventually. But he's brought it into a 3v3. In the footsteps, the rumble, Patman, there's a timing to be taken, and he grasps it immediately, jumps on a chance.
And this isolates Crashies. Crashies would have to be a hero for Fnatic to get this across the line.
Put towards the back of the box. Walking forwards here, there's a wall into their faces. There's a game on those timings. Again, Crashies, surely not long for the world. And there it is, Patman from behind. Prx not done yet.
Planted.
A round where Fnatic tried to pull out a cutesy play, and it leaves the caller in a 1v3. He didn't bring it.
Back up on their feet here, 15-15.
Oh, Prx fighting aggro.
Aggro as anything, Kayak though. One shot to the dome, Jing is gone. Wants a little bit more with that dash active. It's going to be used on either side. Something just needs to try and escape. He's got the safety net of Forsaken watching over the shoulder.
And Fnatic back up, anticipating some level of aggression elsewhere around the map. Alpha almost got an opportunity to pick off Patman in mid with that attack up. And Patman is not going to go for it again. Prx are anticipating a re-hit here, and that does look like the idea here.
Just cautious for now, though.
And Fnatic always with these opportunities to pivot back to Boaster. Boaster's done a very good job in this map of just applying options, giving himself options to work with. His is the more passive role, just making sure nobody pushes out of B, and once again Patman is asked to do so much.
On a knife's edge here, on top of the wall, it's a dart. Trying to take this timing pass, he's going to try and push forwards. Take the fight to it, there's an orb in the face of these players. Wall up now on top of it. Creeping forwards already.
He caught this timing before.
Wall up though, surely he's going to be watched for. Spam happening, occurring. Popping up on towards the top! Alpha! How the hell did you land that one? Spike planted. Best scenario you could really hope for if you're Fnatic in this spot here. Again, Alpha, shoulder peeking out. Taken out. Deep down against the back. Prime's ready and finally let loose with the slow orbs. You can see that 3-2-1 with a swing. Timing to be taken. Something's on the flank. Already ripping his way all the way past. Needs to be taken out. Something. He's found it. Dash back already. But the time is ticking away. 2 bullets. And 2 bullets, 2 players, not enough.
If he the orb, the wall perhaps.
Second guessing it.
Yeah, decides not to go for it in the end.
Down again. Jing TP's forwards. This is it. Fnatic trying to lock in, trying to step up to that task. It's ahead of them here.
And there's the player that's been driving the train forwards. The engine power was coming from Jing in all of these fast attack rounds. Now something has to step up an entry. Dash already popped.
Kayak still here. Put over towards the top there, just spotting it out, and the damage does something. 1 bullet to the chest is all it takes for Fnatic. They can feel it. Energy here on their sides. 3v5, it's all contact called for here by Prx. They're hoping there's an overextension. Never in a million years, though. Fnatic always going to be disciplined. Snake bite up and over. Dodged and juked. The dart towards the bike to buy. He's to land these shots. There's no freebies handed to him. Fnatic just bite it out.
They're always expecting Prx to be the ones making the play. The time is going to be ticking here for Fnatic, though. They've got to go at some point.
Double face up towards the top. Patman reveals his hammer. The snake bite drop down on top of it. And this is it. Fnatic.
Instantly.
Early fights occurring out towards B.
तब तक वो उनका बात कर रहेगा देख बात करेगा
We don't know yet.
Yeah, do not lag. They've played it one time this year.
All knotted up 1-1 in this series here. It's now time for our Verizon high-speed moment. This one gonna go to Alfier because we ended up seeing actually this Fnatic team really get awoken in this one. They needed this in order to get back into this meeting.
They absolutely did. This was their must-win map in this series, and they had a bit of a rough start. Went down 0-4, lost the bonus round, but then as he has stepped up it many times throughout this tournament, it was Fnatic, or it was Alfier, I should say, who brought Fnatic back into this one. He has been playing so well individually throughout this entire run. Just looks so confident on that stage, Bea.
Sometimes you have to be confident, you have to disrespect your opponent, and Alpha needs this kind of rounds. He knows that he's the player that can put the rest of his team in his shoulders and have this kind of moments to bring them back into the game, because those 4 rounds had been so successful for the side of Prx that if this hadn't happened, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Yeah, and if
we're different.
If we're thinking ahead to who might put on that bracelet and be MVP in a couple hours, I think the top contenders for Fnatic right now are Alpha and Chronicle, both of whom had really big impact that game.
Yeah, but let's not forget about the rookies though, right? Because we've been seeing Kayak as well as Patman step up a couple of times here, Bea, and it's been great to see the rookies take to the stage like this.
It's so important. We had clutches coming in from Patman. His lurks were on point and an absolute pain in the ass to deal with for Fnatic. Kayak also 11-3 in opening duos, and we were seeing it round after round because of the approach that Fnatic has in this map. Yes, they're very good at retaking and whatnot, but against a team that doesn't really have that many means to get the spike down, Kayak needed to be the one actually spearheading from the defense, making use of that operator that he's so good at.
What impressed me the most of his defensive opping wasn't even when he was going for forward peaks. It was when Fnatic was flying back and getting set for their retakes. He would pick really good angles to punish Prx trying to fight deep into site. Because the way you counter Sage retake teams is you fight into back site. And constantly, Kayak was able to deny those angles, keep the players from Prx pushed back, and make those retakes that Fnatic just kept winning so easy to pull off.
Yeah, but of course, we started to see things get a little wonky as the series, or rather as the map continued forward here. But what we did get was a strong Fnatic second half there, right, guys? And we were seeing Fnatic come back into this one, but don't get me wrong, though. This could have gone either way, especially with the way OT played out.
Yeah, exactly. I think that starting with this strong second part of the map, when they go onto the defense, they needed to stand up very, very strong. A 6-6 half is a very good result when you start on the attack. So for Fnatic to understand how to play this map against Prx, having those initiations was very, very important, maybe.
Early on for them, too. They had such a good read on that piss around to punish the Prx players who were pushing in through mid. Fnatic, the team, was really good at slowing things down, taking that step back, punishing aggression, and then playing those advantageous later rounds, which is super successful early on. But as we got deeper into that second half, the chaos started to seep in.
How are you doing?
Prx, I mean, nearly brought it back.
Were you good? How was your heart? How are you handling it?
My heart was okay, but it's like sometimes you see a gap in a map and you see Prx taking advantage of that, and you're like, please, I know you know, Fnatic.
Hey, but you know what, though? Now we know that we're going to be heading over to map 3, Pearl, and definitively we're going to Lotus for sure to settle this one. But let's talk about how this series layout has played out, because, Bea, it does feel like everything has gone as predicted. You know, we were calling Prx for map 1, Fnatic for map 2, but now we're going to Pearl, which Fnatic do not like.
Yeah, do not like. They've played it one time this year, but oh my god. Is this a spoiler?
Oh.
It's hovering the neon.
Alfier, are you doing this? I was going to say they've only played it once this year. It is a map that Fnatic hates. Previous to that, 2022 in VCT is not something that we see a lot from Prx, though. This is the first map that they played in this competition, and a 13-1 win for them against Heretics. So it's very smart for them to be picking this map as their third one. And Alpha, are you going to do? He used to play the Neon on this
Yeah.
map. We haven't
Yeah.
seen it a lot, but with this double duelist approach from Fnatic, I'm liking it.
And this is basically the comp that we saw T1 be very successful with when they were playing and when they went on to win Masters Bangkok. On defense, especially, those two duelists can work so well together to play into these flood retakes. It's two players that we know have been playing amazingly just as shooters this tournament. I would love to see this comp get locked for Fnatic.
Well, they're still hovering over it. They haven't made any changes as far
They're
as like
using the
selecting
time,
other
they're
options.
using
They're
the
using
time.
that time effectively to communicate because, you know, Boaster wants to make sure that he's just giving the orders to the troops, right? And it's very important to make sure that you think down.
If that was the must-win map on
And he did
Icebox
it.
for Fnatic, I think
Oh
that
my
He did it.
god!
this is the map that Prx needs to win. You cannot pick into your opponent's permaban and lose to them there. That sets up a very scary end to this series then for the boys from APAC.
Words of Admiral Akbar. Is it a trap? Are we in for a trap? What is going on here?
It might be, you know, you're going into the unknown. Prx knows this map very well. Going back into this double duelist that favors them so much. Now we're getting the double duelist versus double duelist, something that we will get to see in Split if we get to that final map. But I want to know how this changes the perception that Prx had. And also, 100% important, Davai having such a good series and playing on device.
All right, folks, let's get ready for map 3. Send it back over to your casters. Here's Brent and Sideshow.
So we're stepping into the unknown here as we go into Pearl. Prx, you can imagine, okay, you've got some form of an advantage where you can make Fnatic play this map, but you're also going up against a composition which you've seen before, granted, but not the way that Fnatic might play it. It's a lot of unknowns, and it's shaky territory still at 1-1 here in our grand finals.
Now, the other time that we saw Prx play on this map as well, it was a 13-1 dismissal of Team Heretics, but that was also them beginning on their attack side, which means we barely saw the defense whatsoever. So even though we know that their attack is phenomenally good, at least in the one example we saw at this tournament, we actually don't know anything about their defense. Prx might suck at defending on this map. We don't know yet. It has been a very good map for them domestically though, and so if you look back there, you shouldn't be too worried about things. And I would echo what the desk is saying. You've got to win on your opponent's permaban pick. But we have caution to...
Seeing Fnatic on that attack side here as we step into Pearl. Big group up early on. We can see it up here on the casting desk, but potential for some early fights occurring out towards B.
Map 3, where things really start to heat up in a BO5 grand final here. Something a divide. Looking down B long. Wondering if contact early. Prx trying to fight over both.
तब तक वो आने तक हम क्या कर सकते जी? क्या है हमारे पास करने? बैटमैन फोर्सिंग। मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम में देख रहा कि मैं और क्या कर सकता हूँ। प्लीज सब्सक्राइब। Attack, Valorant, Vct, Prx, Fnatic, Finals, Watch Party, Prx versus कल का अलार्म निकाल देता हूँ मैं। 9:14 का अलार्म से अच्छा है 10:14 का अलार्म।
Excuse me.
क्या गोश्त है बे नया वाला ये? क्या गोश्त बनाए ये लोग? क्या वैंडल बनाते हैं बे बनाया वाला है? अब व्यूअर्स वेट कर रहे हैं तेरा
लगा।
ये देखा कि नहीं तू?
क्या? और वो वो भाई
Both edges of the map. And now spreading back out again to make sure they collect any timings like this that have gone missing.
No, that.
But exactly as Chronicle and Boaster go to take some art control, Jing was backing up.
Posted now. Oh, goodness. Forsaken, not to be outdone. First kill immediately evened out from Fnatic's side of things here with that. Sheriff! Yeah, short work is made to the opposition. Fnatic now cleaving the map into partitions, and they're not going to be denied this plant. Divide would have to go absolutely crazy.
Spike planted.
Chronicle 3-piece to get things started here on Pearl.
Something we haven't discussed too much as well is how much the first kills are going the way of Fnatic. First map, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of ridiculous actually. They're getting a ton. And then it happens again, pretty much the same way. Even though the maps are close, Fnatic is dominating in the first kill department. Across these first two maps, they're up plus 14, now plus 15 after that pistol. So Prx are constantly having to battle back from being down 4v5. Now, sometimes they do get those trades instantly if they're deathballed together. But it's worth keeping in mind here.
Time to jump.
Every player apart from Boaster, very positive in the first kill department.
Oh, yeah.
And Chronicle, he had massive impact in the pistol round, and now with just the Sheriff is able to go wandering. He's got a little more freedom.
Players are posted, getting into spot and position. They're seeing signs of life here, but immediately eviscerated. Devi doing backflips towards the back of the site, and rifle in hand. Okay, Kayak trying to test himself a little bit. Sharp with the aim of the first shot, but step forward. Stall anticipated and recovered when it comes to the weaponry.
Throwing down the spike as well to make sure that they prioritize Crashy's ultimate. No, giving it over instead to Chronicle, who's a little closer to the lockdown, which is a pretty huge tool that you can work with. Forsaken comes through. Spanks Alpha, yeah? But he's only got Frenzy to be able to work with.
That's not much.
Would be a ridiculous 1v4. I don't think the chances are particularly high.
Unlikely.
Fnatic trying to keep it clean, putting the rifle into Chronicle's hand as well.
Forsaken's not going to be taking any peeks here, so a strong beginning for Fnatic here on Pearl. As we said it, and we set it up, series of unknowns on either side.
Yeah, so much to wonder about. I mean, the EMEA teams in general don't really love playing on Pearl. Fnatic, no exception to that. Not a team that's had even historic success, particularly here. But all before, but round 3.
Yeah, bonus round. When you least expect it. Quick little glide and dash to the side. Fights to be hatching, he loses his out. Instant dismissal. Alpha, you might be getting a bit overzealous there, but a stun's ricocheting. It's random spam. Over the shoulder, finding that gap. Something snaps down and Boaster's done. Pings it out as well. I think even spotting out to invest into that operator. Ricocheting. It's random spam. Over the shoulder, finding that gap. Something snaps down and Boaster's done. Pings it out as well. I think even spotting out that they did invest into that operator.
Yeah, so they might be expecting the Fnatic will go back and try to recover that over towards B.
Where's that one going?
I mean, I don't think
Surely
that
not
Kayak's
thinking about
ever
it.
going to actually take that one. Certainly not with Devi watching it like a hawk.
No.
Alpha took a lot of spam when he was trying to get
No,
a little more aggressive and push his luck in A main. So it's going to be tough for him to get too much impact. This round, probably on Kayak.
The connector. Okay, well, Forsaken is doing a lot of work. Deadlifting that portion of the map and taking it fully away from Fnatic. And yeah, Alpha's like, wait a second.
I mean, his job here might just be to try to collect the operator and something.
Exactly.
He's got it on lock. Dealt with Boaster early on.
And
Closes
down, so
down.
he was aware of it even. We just saw there, obtained the upgrade of himself. So there's going to be a defensive operator now to worry about if you are Fnatic.
And I think they might have just given a really lovely gift over to the defenders. It's a questionable decision, I think, from Boaster. Especially the way that he was trying to get set up with the op. So now in this round, Alpha, yeah, the player with some of the sharpest aim in the entire server is going to bring a Judge out.
Well, we'll see what he can do with it. Get up into their faces perhaps already, and he's going to look to do that over the Wanted. Nasty stuff from Forsaken. Takes control of the rifle in his hands. That's a hard target to hit.
And Alpha, yeah, denied immediately. Maybe trying to push his luck a little. Not a duelist that he's super familiar with.
Bits and pieces of util now. I mean, it's going to be held into the hands of these Fnatic players, looking to see if they can take a bit of mid-control. Clone. Sure, oh, they're stuck onto the corner. It doesn't even trigger the wall.
The whole point of
and
that.
aid. Hold on! These combinations are cooking! That's a foul concoction if you are Fnatic. You're going to need those heroics! Let's all watch. Crashies in a 1v5.
That's a beautiful round put together from Prx. It really is. Ball bang even, all the way through mid. Putting a little bit of damage onto Crashies.
30 seconds
The
left.
combo of the Seize nade into the pull and into the swing just destroys Fnatic, but they've already been set up. Couple of weird moments, usual. Less. Tails are not perfect here.
Throw going amiss. That's ridiculous. Okay.
The slide is really late though.
Spike.
He's jumping through and trying to slide. And that's a silly way of ending.
A load of surprises.
Another little evil chuckle there from Patman.
Yeah.
Judge. And something is just sitting pretty on the other side of the map with Boaster's operator.
Dylan's hand still watching that deep B line. Makes the guessing game a little bit easier. A lot of stall util.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up landing kills here,
way up.
Fnatic are going to be feeling really bad about the fact that such a valuable asset has gone into the hands of Prx. It's like mini in weapon form.
Something's really trying to min-max these timings, I think.
The
The gate crash, backs himself out here. Gonna be hearing that drone, just trying to avoid it. Ducking, juking, but now, okay, recall start. Discipline is gonna be there from Fnatic. Do you expect something to be here? That's the question.
It's a great flash.
To the side here, just stepping up, and wow, okay.
Better shot.
That's overkill. Head's gonna be rolling straight off the shoulders there.
Alpha does have his ult to be able to work with, but maybe Alpha's job here is just going to be to try to run a fake and pull eyes towards B. You see Chronicle inserted over towards A, as the rest of the team tries to go back over towards and connect with this guy.
Chronicle's got to get some damage done too. Anything to crack this one open. Contact plays for now. Being peeked out Divide. Just there's the Thorns. Down below it, it's going to be swinging wide. That flash was a good connection. Forsaken already ready to supplement. Deep Dart dealt with. Almost lining themselves up for it. It is precise from Prx. Surgical almost, and it leaves it into Albier's hands. Too much for him to do.
Very comfortable there anchoring from Divide. Super comfortable in that kind of spot. So he knew exactly how to play around it. The flash, the Thorns.
Good hit.
And he's got a perfect idea of where the player is going to be positioned. Chronicle core.
Shame. One enemy.
But now the rifles are back for Fnatic. Couple of rounds of lower recon, and now Alpha gets a Vandal. Something still with an operator, so always that's going to be a difficult one to work around. But Alpha's got to be the player that you've got eyes on to try to crack this open. 3 players though from Prx on the other side.
Over the top there with a dart.
Yeah, that recon just to see if he could push away an Oppa that was going to be playing Pillar. This is going to be a fight though from Prx.
Crunchies far back here. There's going to be that flash play. It's going on either side. Fnatic. Drawing bloods. Jing, he's hard committed onto the corner. Do you want to stay here? Oh my goodness. He wants to step up to the challenge. Satchels barely there to evacuate. He's going to be taking the high ground. All perched now. Called for a wrap and rotation as the entirety of Art is given up. Fnatic have access now to this A site.
Full control, and only something here. Fnatic should be on the line before the Yoru player.
Doubled up into the back of the site here, but again, oh my goodness, it's the minor of margins. Just spotting another player, but is he expecting from behind? Now, I should say Chronicle.
I mean, the move's amazing there from something.
Doesn't want to overstep himself. Chronicle still all the control towards the back of it. The turret was placed down. Alpha's time to shine. He's going to be the playmaker here into this spot. The clone going to be taking a bullet to the brain forward, but Fnatic putting that crunch on them. They drag it here 3-3.
And finally recover Boaster's operator.
Huh? अच्छा कौन सी था
3-3, big round from Fnatic. I've got a question about what the hell went wrong with that Prx fight over towards B long. Before even this began, I think there was a team flash that came out.
I shot a clone, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But everybody really heavily blinded up there from Prx. This is here who's going to be running it this time as they try to take space towards B. Crashies is hearing this, something with the peek, punished.
Insanely brave. Crashes does punish.
It's about as deep as you can get in the first 10 seconds over towards A main. A ridiculous angle for something to be fighting towards. He was hoping it would be unexpected, but can't quite hit the flick. And now in a 4v5, once again, by the way, Fnatic getting the opening pick. Prx are going to be incentivized to go for some kind of info peak play around the map. That's where Alpha's op could end up working its magic.
Flash got acknowledgement.
Yeah, you don't need to go for the active info just yet.
You should run.
You can feel it here with a lockdown. Drop down and defeat a Fnatic. You want to clear this one out cleanly. Wall up. Alpha trying to take this space. Pulled out a lot of util in the process, and you have to respect it.
There.
Alpha throwing the operator over to Crashies as well, who can just play post plant with that weapon and his Hunter's Fury.
He's incredibly pushed forwards here, but okay, just spotted out there with the info. Shorty of his own, Hunter's Fury. Hold on, ton of connections. Crashies looking for a little bit more, but just a one tag. Lights up a few of them. Showstopper. It's going to be committed. And Alpha trying to hold his ground down, but like a rocket again, Jing, this time. Unable to get that value he's done prior. Weapons taken away with a Steel Garden. Divide looking to try and reclaim some of that space. Boaster not removed. Kayak's from behind. Full control. Containment is ordered, and Fnatic have got it all under lock.
Divide towards the end. Caught in a mess of smokes and ults. Couldn't figure out how to navigate a tricky situation. I think they needed Jing to be able to pick up that kill in backhauls. But the duelist taking some wild fights. Alpha deep pushed up as well, just trying to play off the back of Crashies' ultimate. Fnatic, honestly, look like they've got some nice game plans on their attack side.
3 of them. I had 3 of them with my ult.
They're definitely in control.
And like you said, Brent, there was a huge connection with Crashies' ultimate the first time he ripped it. Got 3 players down to 70 health. That definitely helped Alpha. But tournament loss.
Prx can feel this map potentially slipping out of their grasp. Has been back and forth, to be sure, but Fnatic are stringing together these.
Divide, something's operated. They wouldn't have any of those weapons back online.
Money again, deep horn. Not going to break this one. Alpha looking to get posted. It's him versus something. Oh my goodness, that's immediately. The clone going to be taking that bullet for him.
And Alpha instantly gets on the line. Doesn't see a repeak though. Boaster's calling for this regroup on A. Jing, danger player, tucked. Forsaken playing a bait and switch.
I think no, though. This A main control is going to be lost to them prior. There might be a timing. Drone forwards. Jing just swinging out wide. It's all anticipated. With open arms. Alpha is turning you into mincemeat.
That's a crazy play from Kayak, and Alpha's there again.
He's just playing his team in perfectly. Put your body on the line because at this point, what could stop him? 4 kills, ace, online, the crowd wants it, they're cheering, get out plucked out of the sky.
4 HP between him and a sick clip. But I don't think Divide's going to be able to keep this up. Alpha has done way too much, and Chronicle cleans up the dregs. That round demonstrates not only the incredible awareness they have of Prx, knowing that Jing is going to be playing that position, or at least a serious threat of it. Alpha's attack up gets value, but then the killer instinct afterwards to dismantle the play and push forwards into an Astra that's way too far out of position. Alpha continues to get further and further ahead out in the MVP race.
12 and 6.
Alpha बोलता है कि
shutting it all down for Prx.
They don't know how
I'm going to bring this one back here. It's aggression, a staple of this team.
Yeah, I'll show them how
Boaster
up on it.
Boaster, I think, just calling to try to keep some of these anti-ecos pretty simple. You know that teams are going to try to fight over towards mid, so they've got Chronicle watching that. You just have Crashies feeding you info on the other side, and then you try to end B. That's a lot of damage thrown to Chronicle, though.
The bodies, Forsaken. It's ever closer. TP into spawn. I think that might have been hurt. Forsaken. Cross their placement. Trying to land those shots. Good awareness from Kayak. Spam straight through the wall. Sent flying towards them. Hello. There's a lot of damage on the Chronicle. Could have been a kill. Nana Swarm's committed. Anything to clear these players out up through the top section of B. This is manic. This is chaos. Prx trying to take the fight straight to them. They don't care about the battle lines that are drawn out normally.
Man, he could be a difference maker. Why are they not thinking there could be anyone on A?
Full knives out, and they've opened up a bit of a mistake here. As you mentioned, Patman upgrades. Quiet with the rifle.
And Boaster is stuck.
They're split up.
Boaster has the spike, 25 seconds, creeping around behind Patman.
Knifeful committed, Crashies pushed forward as a result of it. No one really ready for this one, but it's brought it into that 2v2 Fnatic. Trying to get a move on Crashies now. Roles reversed, he's the one putting the pressure in the squeeze onto Patman. And he's earned his team a lifeline.
10 seconds left.
Great read as well. Devi, though, somehow manages to time that recon, but Crashies is aware.
Tagged up just by the drone, Fnatic. Put them into a post plan and they will thrive.
Yeah, Boaster just got escorted the entire way through. Turned into the VIP, and Crashies, the bouncer, kept everyone off him.
There's a pull for the first time. It'll be used now. Devi, one hell of a clutch is required. And none of the space to do it. Shock darts flying, Crashies just playing his life perfectly. Impeccable work. Impeccable work indeed, Fnatic.
That is situation. Alpha gets caught on the B re-clear, and Crashies has to push forward, dodge a fade ult, get a kill, come back. Crashies way too much in that situation. Alpha gets caught on the B re-clear, and Crashies has to push forward, dodge a fade ult, get a kill, come back, defend Boaster as he gets the spike plant down. This fight against Patman, Boaster could have tried to run through, but Boaster wanted to make sure he didn't drop the spike.
You know how did you get 2 kills? Because I killed. I kissed your hand.
Something's brought the op out again. Fnatic have been really good at navigating these kind of positions. Alpha takes a ton of damage early, though.
It's a bit of spam through the wall. Dart overhead. Clone not broken either.
The utility's been really strong, though, at stopping something for being able to go up for these peaks.
Patman, that's brave. He's doing that solo.
A lot of the defense for Prx is solo, actually.
Yeah. Trust in the raw aim and mechanics to carry them through. And okay, Chronicle going peeking Jing with the swing.
That's nice support. Now something's going to take a risk. Go for a peek into Kayak at B. Fnatic bait out the wall. Devi gets a little bit of info. And this fight... Sorry, I said peek into Kayak. It's Alpha.
Time to jump.
Alpha and something kind of staring at each other through walls. And Boaster's making the call to come back in this direction. They might not know that something's on the line.
Here.
Oh, he spotted him.
Oh, the ping's out. Deep position and target acquired. Alpha gone. Call for a pivot now by Fnatic. That was the backup policy. With Alpha gone, you've got to try and set your sights in a different direction. 30 seconds left. Where are you going, Patman? Taking a peek. That is uncalled for. Looking for some information. Fnatic. Well, they're just taking that timing now. 20 seconds stalled out by the Thorns. You've got to get a move on. Sidestepping through, brought down to the brink. Weakened, damaged as anything in a flash and a repeat. Delivers.
They clean up that 5v3, never in danger when Devi's in an anchor spot. He does look so comfortable dealing with Fnatic. Prx found him pretty well. Last time he caught Alpha, yeah, he's going for it again.
Past it. More players though waiting to cross. Fnatic to Clone taking the bullet. Alpha with the peek and that's dismissal. Okay, get out of there.
He's lucky to survive that one.
He really is.
31 HP, one more Vandal bullet. And Prx is going to try to put him on the line
again.
again.
They're trying to fight for this one. They're trying to take the pressure to them. That's a steel guard in the pocket to play in. Alpha still has his gun. Fake TPs. All that pressure is just dissuaded, diffused.
Fnatic don't really want to commit because they know that the stack is here, but they don't have another option. They don't have a lurker to go back to with info in mid or A.
Oh, a bit of spray down with the rifles. There's a gap in that smoke. Time to play with it, but that cosmic divide is going to be fading. It's not going their way. It's traded out. Showstopper. Here for Jing. When the time runs short here, you could be in dire straits. Forsaken. He wants to go for a peek of his own. Flash through in his face. TP into the back of Halls. Kayak. Anything to deal with him? My God, man! Forsaken! Just takes that timing to rip them to shreds. Patman!
He finishes what Forsaken began. Forsaken constantly the player in these unexpected positions. And again, just making Fnatic earn every moment. Constantly putting questions and challenges towards Fnatic. And often finding gaps that he can exploit. A lovely risk. Exactly at the right time. And Prx bring things up with an opportunity to get it level at the half. Jing's very fast with a haunt up towards B, but Fnatic don't know too much about that. They're on the exact opposite side, facing Devi. And Devi has been excellent anchoring A.
Runs forward, dimensional drift, extra info gathered, and a peek from Devi, forcing the ult out into the hands of Alpha. Good tracking. Locks onto it, something. What the hell are you playing at? Alpha is taking over.
What is going on with Prx? I mean, I know they want to play that aggressively. Here's Forsaken again, looking to try to make the play.
Hold on, he's pushed it up as well. Chronicle.
Spike
Bullet
down A.
to the back of the head of Forsaken, shuts it down.
Spike planted.
Really on site now into that post once more. It's the last chance here in this first half.
It is planted as well for Secret.
It's a good setup from Fnatic. Prx trying to get a move on. Jing almost lined up for him. Just the one known, it leaves it to the rookie. He's been the glue for this team, but in a 1v2 already, players playing their lives, just spotting signs of life. Fought through. Tap, left guessing, but now spotting. Half under the fuse, might be earned. Patman holds it down, but again, just a peek and crashes. Deliver on to death.
Fnatic getting huge value out of the operator in this half. A really nice anti-strat to deal with Prx, where they go for these aggro peak timings. But I think Prx kind of lost the plot a little bit towards the end there. The ultimate from something bonkers. The swing from Devi, unusual because he was anchoring those spots passively so well.
Donc je m'attends, j'ai juste...
NRG only got 10.
7-5, Boaster, timing taken. Hello, right click, stop. Yeah. 7-5, Boaster, timing taken. Hello, right click, stop, delivering him what he wanted. Prx are the ones who survive, but Alpha, instant response. He does claim the life of Devi. Going for a swing and a peek, and that is called for. That is beautiful by Fnatic.
Oh, that's unreal.
It's poetry in motion.
The synergy there on the wide swing and Alpha readjusting targets.
Holy.
Forsaken's been good, but he's not been able to recover situations like this, surely.
Spike down, hold on, there's damage done to Alpha at least, but from behind, Kayak just trying to remove those wing cons, and there's damage done to Forsaken. He's going to be able to have access to the spike.
There is a possibility. He'd have to get funky with a smoke, though, and somehow pick off a cheap kill on Alpha.
Not available. Dead Sit consumed is going to Bloom, Blossom, partition up the site. Bit of spam from Fnatic. Hoping to catch a freebie. Second star down. Consumed again, just trying to cut up the sight lines onto this one. Chronogodo peeks it, and Alpha.
They feel energy in these kind of...
In full control. Done. Forwards again, forcing the issue. Boaster from behind. Quick work there with a stinger.
Getting funky with it.
Yeah. Horn forwards will not help you much at all. Fight is immediately gone, and this is just complete control, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fnatic gliding, sliding forward, trying to set up Chronicle for the goods, and Boaster right.
It's the work team.
Not that it's not there already, but 4-round lead for Fnatic.
And I don't think Prx can afford to lose this one. I mean, the round and the map.
Tuck to the side, that's something. It's a deep TP. Claims the life of Kayak. Moving forwards, though, drifting to the side. Boaster looking to see if he can stay alive. Alpha! Deep dash forwards, and now you're seeing signs potentially the things are going a little bit skew with. Not quite as practiced.
I mean, having said that, though, Brent, they're still in a 2v3 here, Fnatic. There's still a lot of danger. Especially when it's Chronicle, Crashies, both really good in a clutch. Prx should be able to close this out, but they also need to close this out.
Both Fnatic players in the same position, waiting for the dart timing. Thorns, deaded. Dart to back Halls. Halls going to be used as a response for it, and there it is.
Good flash timing too from Divide. Completely catches Chronicle. Here for Fnatic again. Alpha with a judge. I do like this play. Seen Prx go for this before. Recall smokes, horn, flash. Allows Jing to get set up. Very difficult to contest A main against that kind of pressure. And then Prx, they threaten that they could have left somebody inserted. And they're going to go back to contest Kayak. And they're probably going to find this timing just as the gate crash starts to expire.
Yeah, puts pressure on the Kayak. Either take it or you renew another one. Spots the body.
Yeah, look, just as he has to throw out another gate crash.
Flash overhead. Layers down his retreat a little bit better. You're going to see another flash. Spawning bodies and looking to contest and contain. Prx though. Get out scot-free. Now you're seeing it. Cosmic Divide is going to be splitting up that site. Already a fast blood attempt is going to be called for. Alpha is in your face for Judge. Oh my god, man, he's caught out into the open still. Kayak looking to see if he can help them out. Prx! They obliterate them though. Util and Chronicle was looking to just contain up through mid. Not for much longer. Crashies. We'll have to concede this space.
And almost certainly concede the round. I mean, one of the weird things here is that Crashies, I'm sure he'd like to try to go for it, but the economy is still not in a great spot for Fnatic. Didn't manage to win the bonus, and then had a judge to work with here and neutralize.
Okay.
It's a great shot onto Forsaken, and nobody else really trying to hunt him down. So Crashies is going to be able to escape with this one with something also for the time. They are ready to fight them on B.
Warning shot from the judge from Jing, looking to see if they can claim some of that space, but it's a wall up and over towards the top, and it kind of reveals the hand. Fnatic are stacking this.
Yeah, a little early from Alpha, yeah, there. He thought that Prx were going to be committed really fast, really heavy. Instead, jumped the gun a little. The spike's making its way over towards A, but I think that's just so that Patman can fake like there's a little bit of pressure there, because all of these players are still set up for a B re-hit.
Still danger lurking. On every corner, Kayak ready to try and respond. He has that rifle. Down towards it, flash in your face though. A lot of pressure in through mid. It's definitely split up a lot of the bodies, but 3 still left to stand from Fnatic. Looking to try and put stop to this approach. Push coming through though. Prx not pushed back, it's a Horns. The double jump in, Jing! Goodness me! Absolutely filthy work. Rolls out the red carpet for the rest of the team to follow up on, and Crashies, which is the Sheriff. It's a nice shot to open, but Prx now just trailing by 1.
Really good utility pressure. Seas came through into back halls, caught onto Boaster, and then there was a stun afterwards as well. So this, it may have looked like it was a Judge versus a Bucky, but the stun was just wearing off there on Boaster. They couldn't really get into a position and fire off that Bucky shot in time. This is what we saw, if you think all the way back really early on in the tournament. Prx played against Heretics. They won on this map 13.
Just exit. Increasing the pace, Prx. I'll take it towards them. I like just exit straight out of there. Something, you want to go for this one? Surely not! Oh my goodness!
These ults have been criminal.
And a Nightfall on top. Look at the late play at the back of the side. Patman is alone, by the way, and he's going for that peak swing anticipated. Hunter's Fury, back pocket of Crashies. The plant is down, he's done damage.
A major opportunity for Fnatic here, back in. Jing though. Judge, oh, shut down before he could even see a glimmer of a Fnatic player.
Complete denial of space. Fnatic now methodical, surgical, picking apart the players and picking apart the site. Divide playing well, but not this well. Cosmic Divide in your face, you have to give it up. Fnatic now. What a response on the backside of that timeout.
It is a big round for Fnatic to be able to get, but I think you can't watch that and not have questions about the way that something plays this.
Spike planted.
He comes dry out of his ult, no utility used, and just tries to catch Boaster while he's throwing down utility. I mean, that's got Alex furious. The information that he gathered was good as well. If he'd been able to bail, they probably still have full control of the A site. Can't be making mistakes like that.
Kayak, the operator, flash in your face though. Just get away from that spot. Even go over the repeat, it's a flash! Adjustment, tries to snap to it. The body's there, but no kill claim. Jing now with that showstopper. He's looking to try and open this one up. Pacey indeed. Monster needs to get a hold of this one here, but here it is, different direction, and Jing, no dice. Can't claim it. Kayak from under. Something's been dropped. Divide just trying to take a lot of this space. Both still no more bullets to really make a stand against it, but that stun rattles, and it connects. Shorty, both bullets gone. Paper X are the ones in control.
Spike not planted. Chronicle and Kayak still with a small opportunity of intercepting somebody before they get there.
Seeing it, waiting for that util to come back online. Kayak trying to play the luck of the draw with a shot like that. Already backing away for the save. Fnatic gonna give this one up, and Paper X are now one step closer to trying to draw it level.
I think Boaster needs more assistance anchoring in back halls there, whether it's from his own utility or whether they can get Kayak deeper into that spot with a teleport out.
Finished. My ultimate is ready.
Boaster just looks so overwhelmed in those kind of positions because, again, like I said, it's super difficult to tell what the pathing is going to be like for Paper X. They explode onto the site and they can go from left or right side into back halls. Chronicle, though, with a lockdown, maybe Fnatic will be incentivized to play a bit more of a retake style on B. Kayak took so much damage from that, but did manage to get a beat. Boaster, though, like I said there, is just under enormous amounts of pressure. I do think he needs somebody else to try to alleviate that to some degree. This time, Alpha as well, towards B. If Paper X want to end there, they're going to have to go through Kayak and still think about Alpha, yeah, playing the Neon off.
Monaco's going to be feeling that. He's what a flash and what a find. He was the player with a lockdown, Alpha. That operator wants to get reposted.
Paper X really cook with these flashes through smokes to set up Jing. They've got so many of them. It's something that he's amazing at.
Crash is desperate for that info. Spots it. Overstays it, but still gets out.
Spots a lot, but is worried about Art.
I was going to hear about it. The rumble here. Thinks he's being squeezed. Going to be playing it close. Tug, we've seen his angle. Get value. Stuns forward. Fnatic have responded. Players are waiting for it, and Crashes could be that playmaker. Time to deliver it. Just the one before the trade is through. 50 seconds left. Paper X moving forwards now, seeking to try and at least split up this side. Plant down, committed.
Something relocates. Boaster moves forwards. Smoke, though, kind of cuts his options.
Yeah, that's crossfire setup still. Paper X have options in this spot. A bit of spam for Forsaken. What a swing. Alpha's gone, head clean off Boaster. Let's see if he can do a lot here. Him and Kayak against the world. Flash forwards, good connection. Operator picked up. Still with that util though. Patman, not to be removed, not to be outdone. And he's locking this one down for Paper X to bring it level.
Paper X need a little bit more of that, relying on that extra experience they have on Pearl. Look at that flash. Beautiful setup. They've got a couple of those over towards A main, and there's one through mid. Crashies did the best he possibly could from that pressure position. But the rest of Fnatic gone with quite the same kind of protocols as they hold angles for each other, looking to retake. Their retakes look really clean on the rest of the maps in the pool, but here, a little more unpracticed. And Paper X rely on that, lean on that, and force Fnatic into a timeout. They also force the economy down the drain. a tough one. Nobody expected Fnatic to really be able to put up a fight here on Pearl. It's their permaban. The Alpha Yen Neon tearing people apart, honestly. But Prx, the more we go, the deeper we get on this map, the more we're starting to see them pull out the lead. It's a good job, because we were talking about must-win maps. And Fnatic on Icebox, this one, the Des was talking about it, it is a must-win for Prx.
Time to jump.
Up to Prx to make their own destiny at this point. 10-10. The money is knocked down for Fnatic.
Trying to put Alpha in a position where he can take a fight and still have some level of backup. And Alpha, he does have the hot hand.
Jing's going to be looking to rain down some destruction. There's a full group up. Prx, they're going to be committing to this. Flash through, Boombot's there. Satchel's in the back pocket.
This star on site could be pivotal for Boaster to be able to play around if he can get inside it and dominate it.
They're already in. Kayak is no more. Deep flank position. Fnatic need to get some value with this one, but a stun. It's not quite ricocheting, not quite landing. Forsaken under that pressure, but already his team going to be backing him up, helping him out. Something lighting the world on fire.
And another clean B execute for Prx.
Crashes can't even get it done.
4K for something as well. That'll be a confidence booster. Almost gets another Yoru ult online. Should be huge. And his execution of it's been a little bit wobbly, but you always want that tool to be able to use it if you can. And the variation in terms of how they're pathing he and Jing is putting the squeeze on Fnatic's brains. They need a timeout, and they've just used one.
You know what I want?
Forsaken.
Yeah, getting flustered in a moment, I think. Forgot to buy armor.
Yeah, no armor whatsoever.
Prx up to 11 now.
Perfect shield.
Fnatic to see if they can answer back. Stop the tide. Kayak left guessing.
He's thinking about it. He's pinging it out so that Alpha Yen can watch it. Try to put a little bit of spam. Recon confirms.
And there's the damage.
That's really been the B execs really that have been the problem for Fnatic. This hold on A looks pretty good.
Forwards again. Sees just about dodge. Jing's in your face though, and what the hell do you do about that? With the judge in hand, here with the footsteps. My God, man! From that kind of range, he's getting away with murder. Prx are all over this one now. That nade rebounding is a pick your poison situation. Crashes. He's barely there. Tucked down. Slim pickings with the help, but Fnatic are grouped up. Down overhead. Spam avoided. Goes both ways though, and Divide! Lighting them all up. Back at the site, Kayak would love to save this gun, but that is a luxury he will not get.
Jing provides more of that magic that Prx are looking for. His entries early in the tournament were unstoppable, and here's an example why. The movement is so tough to hit. Look at him bunny hopping in through here, holding his momentum in midair as well, and then goes for the push on the Chronicle, anticipating that Chronicle was going to be backing up. There's a prime example of how you use the judge on the attack side. And things were tense earlier on for Prx, but now it's all smiles.
Who's next?
Brown's flipped here, dimensional drift spots out Alpha, and he feels the need to try and step up and take that challenge. Ult's expended. Potential silver lining, but Prx can feel it, they can taste it. Chronicle levels it out. In through the back of the site, Jing already has that space. Batman slinking around on the side here, full plan, committed. Prx have it. In through the back of the site with a flash and a swing and nades. They try and delay, but a lockdown used and a dimensional drift with it. Fnatic are in as good a position as they've ever been. Crashes is on that cleanup. Everybody trying to exit out of the vicinity. Could even get a little bit more. Pac-Man, damage done. The rifle rings out anyway. Something straight back in, and a nightfall as well. This is space given up, granted, and kills collected. Fnatic are against the brink. And Forsaken the one to deliver it. The death blow potentially here on this map. And Forsaken drops his adversary.
एक काम करता तेरे से वापस आ सकते हैं तेरे अकाउंट हो जा पहले यार
अकाउंट है यही अकाउंट है
अबे
हां ये अकाउंट है
यहां से आ सकते हैं
साथ पे और नहीं
इधर ही लग जाएगा तो
नहीं जाने दे रहा है ना वो इधर ही दिखा रहा है वो
ढील किया तो रो ही जाता हूं
ये एंड करना और एक बार स्टार्ट करना है वैसा करना
पॉज नहीं कर सकते क्या देख पॉज कैसे करना इधर मत देख
इधर ही तो है
अच्छा स्क्रीन शेयर बंद कर भाई
ये इधर एंड करना
छोड़ चल ले इसमें ही देख लेंगे और साउंड दे
I know Forsaken, something, Jink, Davai. They all struggled a lot with securing trophies before. They had a lot of moments where they could do it, but sadly, something going wrong. And for them right now is like the most important thing again, like to secure it now. Now is the time again. Maybe it will not happen anymore. Maybe they'll have multiple chances after. They'll have multiple chances after, as I said before. But you need to believe me, it will be a very great match. And with such unexpected team as theirs, and also as for us as like the kind of rookie team in some way, it will be a very interesting match with maybe unexpected outcome.
Oh dear, well.
Why you not so much?
No. Oh dear. Guys, don't feed Alpha. Please don't feed Alpha. Out all the players, don't let him have a round like, oh God, please. Somebody stop him. No!
The only thing I will say to Prx, as I would say to any other team in their sport, good luck and fun. I don't like to bait or banter before the matches, but after, if you will win, I'll obviously maybe turn your Prx logo or maybe smash your plushie if you have it, just for fun. But yeah, I mean, just have fun in the game, guys.
Prx are now one map away from winning their first ever global title in their third grand finals. I'm Mimi, and I was listening into the comms of both of these teams during that critical third map. And going into things, it was one that I think Prx expected to win. This is Fnatic's permaban, the one that they were supposed to take easily. But it was anything but that. And a lot of the questions around this Prx team have come down to the leadership. In the past, when you've asked them who's running the ship at PRX, it's been all of them, we're all adding ideas. But this year, after the slump in Bangkok, after the troubling start to Pacific Stage 1, Forsaken has really stepped up as the leader of this squad, and I can vouch that he's doing that behind the scenes as well in that last map. He has really clear ideas of what he wants to do in the pre-round, but gives a lot of room for his players to still call out micro, change things up, and really rely on that knowledge, that playmaking that all of them had. But that was a close map. Prx very well could have lost it, and it took a second half rally for them to end up winning. And I want to credit a lot of that to Summit, a player who in the past I think has been a little bit more known as a quiet player. He's a duelist, he's really just focused on the individualism, but he was so much more than that for Prx in this game. He was the guy who was bringing in the energy, was adding ideas onto Forsaken and keeping them in it. You think back to the Prx of before that lost the final in Los Angeles, lost the final in Copenhagen, and they didn't have that resiliency to stay in these long seasons. But I think that showed that here. It came back in a big way on this map with their key players stepping up and now are one map away from that trophy. We'll talk more about that and get you ready for map 4 as we head back up to the analyst desk with GB and a very special guest.
Thank you so much. By Shopify Rebellion's Alexis here on the desk. Guys, Toronto, give it up for Shopify's Alexis, please. Gracias, gracias. Thank you, thank you. Alexis, a pleasure to have you here on the desk. Yeah, I mean, what a game that we just saw there. If you're just joining us, which by the way, I mean, where were you? Down, now for sure. It's 2-1 in the count now. Prx, one map away from being Masters champions. But Kakuka, we talked about what this Pearl map was here. This was a map that Prx needed to win because this was the perma for Fnatic.
Absolutely. It's good to see that, you know, they had a plan. Alpha going on the Neon. We could see during the attack the ideas that they had, but you just cannot go up against what Prx has ready for the attack. You see a lot of Jing going in with the Judge, was funny enough. It's probably what we anticipate coming in for Lotus as the next map. We see something that Mimi was mentioning, a huge turnover from first half into the second one, because I feel like on the first one he was not finding the impact that he could have or that he usually gets to have when he's with the operator and whatnot.
I feel like it's not often that we see a permaban map be that close. It was really obvious that Fnatic had an insane plan, especially Alfier's op. I feel like his pressure with the attack op was insane. But I feel like Divide kind of handled it really well. I feel like his Vice was insane on the A site, that they had to keep pressuring B. The half ended up not in their favor. But then when they swapped sides, it looked really good.
Yeah, you could definitely tell here, Alexis, that Divide, there was a lot on his shoulders here, especially with those, you know, the Steel Gardens. He needed to make sure that he was there to ensure that he could lock down these sites properly. How important is it for Divide to be popping off at this time? Because it seems like he's on another level right now.
Oh, it's super important. His util usage was incredible. The timing that he was popping his Thorns at was completely stopping their hits. I feel like Fnatic was pressured into hitting the B site, and it felt like they didn't want to do that. But it was impossible because you can't get through Divide site.
And it's so important that we speak about him, but because for the past 2-3 series, Divide has been an absolute difference maker for the side of Prx. And to me, if I had to choose right now, I would give that MVP bracelet for him. He was one of the people keeping that in that Icebox game. I think that the win from the day before yesterday was not only, but I think in huge part due to him. And having him play the Sentinel roles, the going on the Sage, thinking that he might not be able to find the impact that he would, he still does it. And I love also the fact that in a team that's so cheerful, so loud, so about being very explosive, he's always very calm in every scenario.
Yeah, and for context as well, right now in the series, Divide currently sitting plus 19 over the rest of his team. No one else on Prx is positive right now, just Divide. That should tell you how good he is. But on the other side to that, you have Alfier. My man just crossed the 70 kill threshold right now, and on top of which, Bea, we are seeing this dude just, he's going into the Neon like we've seen him do in the past, but he just is such a reliable hand for this freaking team.
Yeah, he's having a day. Alpha's having a great performance. It's not being enough for the side of Fnatic, but it's good to see that they still had it, that they know they might have not been completely favored on this map. But Alexis, what do you make, not only of his performance, but on playing Neon on a map like Pearl?
Alpha is farming. Not only is his Neon insane. His attack up has been deadly, absolutely deadly.
Oh, yeah.
If I was them, I'd be avoiding him. No matter what, like the plate, I'd be hiding backside. I would not be looking for him. So he's been insane. His neon tech is insane. His stuns have been perfect. He's incredible.
You genuinely couldn't have asked for a better player in this situation. Alfier, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a Trent in Bangkok, where we were talking about how, like, this guy would have been the MVP if they win. Well, yeah, it's the same kind of conversation. It's like Devi, it's Trent. Oh, sorry, not Trent. It's Devi and
Yeah,
Alfier.
Trent, you can still win it.
Apologies. But it really is something else. And that does, of course, bring us to that MVP discussion right now. You were talking before about what you were looking for here and who you think were the players popping off. I agree with you. I even said it on the Val Comp Reddit, by the way. Shout out to those guys. I was like, Alfier, Devi. Those are my two MVPs going into the finals. And I'm glad that I wasn't disappointed because both of those guys are playing incredibly.
I still think that there are people that can make an impression. For example, Chronicle, we've been speaking about him and all the records that he has and that all the trophies and whatnot. I think that if he's able to make that difference into Lotus, take us to that last map, he could still be in contention. But to me, I fully agree with you. I would also love to see Jing just sending it. In this last half that he played on Pearl with the just satchling in, making a huge difference, especially with Fnatic starting on the attack. I want to see how that converts because I feel like he's not having his best day, and it makes me very sad because it's Jing, like it should be his MVP to actually lose, no?
That's fair. It's fair, but it is a team sport after all. It's a sum of all the parts, right, Alexis?
Absolutely agree on your point on Chronicle because we know that he has what it takes because he's proven it so many times already. Also with Jing, I agree. I feel like Lotus is a really good map to show his ability, and he can really shine on this map for sure.
All right, well, we're waiting for our agent select here in a moment as we get ready, but let's not forget what is at stake right now, because Prx are one map away from doing the unthinkable, a thing that we thought we would never get a chance to see. Prx lifting a trophy at a global event. That being said, Fnatic, they have all the tools to be able to force this one. We're now diving into the agent select. Kukuka, let's see what we end up getting.
Yeah, Prx is not going to think a lot about it. Just speaking of the same competitions, we do not expect changes this further into the competition. What you were saying, Prx so close to winning their first ever best-of-5 win in a global stage, and for it to be their first trophy. Third time might be the charm. 3 maps is all they need to close this best-of-5. But of course, we cannot forget, it is Fnatic on Lotus. They love this map. Yes, they lost it the other day, but they also have very clear tells, the Odin that they love playing. I think that they were struggling a lot to fight and control a Rubble. So Alexis, if you had to give some words to Fnatic to very focus on this map, on this Lotus, with them starting on the attack, what would it be?
I would say don't wait until 2.5 seconds to get into that bomb site like they normally do. If they do want to do that, we need to bait out the Vice Util or else Devi is just going to keep farming. So I would say bait out that Vice Util, maybe hit sites a little bit faster, maybe do some more pop hits instead of just, the normal defaulting that they tend to do. Yeah, that's what I would say.
No, that's a good call there, but you know what? I do got to look at the rookies in this situation. Kayak, they a lot on his shoulders here as the tip of the spear for this squad on that raise.
Yeah, I do not want to see, I think that he was a little bit lost or maybe put in a situation that he was not very comfortable on Pearl, something unlikely that we have not seen from him throughout this tournament. And with that MVP conversation, he could go from 0 to hero very quickly.
All right, folks, can we get to a map 5? I know this crowd wants to see it. Let's go ahead and... Folks, can we get to a map 5? I know this crowd wants to see it. Let's go ahead and say on the call.
Map 5 all sealed up entirely here. Toronto, let's get loud here.
Prx, you don't expect to see them in situations like this. I mean, especially after they couldn't quite capitalize at Champs. We thought that was going to be the last time that we were going to see Jing out on the stage, and now the dev's talking about him maybe being able to win another MVP, or win a MVP, win a trophy. To some degree, it feels like Prx versus that trophy. They are the best team that has never won, and they could change the entire narrative here. In their previous Grand Finals as well, they've not been in a spot like this. They've never led a Grand Finals, even though they've been in 2 of them. This is their 3rd. They won map 1. They're now up 2-1. 2 opportunities to close here on map 4 and a map 5. Oh God, what a beginning.
Okay.
And a map 5. Oh God, what a beginning.
Okay.
Straight through, what a prediction, and Chronicles' head is gone. Prx as well, taking a lot of C-mount control, able to open this door at any time, put the squeeze on these front B players, but they don't have anybody in sight giving them info. No turret to play off either.
Creeping and crawling forwards.
Boaster's going to get caught by this, surely.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no way of knowing that there are 3-4 players ready to collect.
Ready to collect, and look at that. To Prowler in your face, and they're sighted. The blind is a last-ditch effort. Fnatic.
Question is, what's the reaction?
Making moves of their own. Head off the shoulder. Something is no more.
The plank goes down, and Kayak's thinking about cutting these guys off for going for the rotate, but Kayak is walking into a stack.
Kayak didn't expect the second player, and that's the right clicks. Forsaken takes him out of the picture. 3 left to stand here for Prx, and Fnatic are trying to do it all right now. Just Alpha and Crashies. A timing pass with the Boombot, and potentially granted, given up to Crashies. Still watchful though. Forsaken, his eye not leaving it. Rattling off the shots, pulled out into the open. Prx.
The closer they get to being able to get this map over the line, the more you're going to see the players stood up, stand in, popping off. The anticipation for dreams fulfilled will be such a fire to keep the engine roaring.
Enemy remaining.
For Fnatic, they've got a difficult situation here because you've also got to prove that you can do it, that you can... Let's go! Exacerbate the doubts in Prx's mind. Alpha's going to force up. He knows that he's the player to try to take Fnatic in different directions. And he's got 3 players with light armor or regen armor that he could go towards.
Forsaken included in that list. Made his way over towards it, but they revealed the hand anyway. Shots fired and rattled. Kayak with the orb.
2 flashes to navigate as well. 1 over towards Mound, and Forsaken, of course, with his paranoia.
Just walking up.
All of this really just to try to bait Prx into challenging the Outlaw. The Outlaw should be pretty unexpected. It's not something we've seen Fnatic do a ton.
They did fire the shots off earlier, so it may... Prx at least making a mental note, potentially. Smoke fades. Thorns used as a response to it. Fnatic getting a move on around the rest of this map. There's a timing inside the smoke. Forsaken. Who's going to be catching the contact with these players out for it?
And the rest of Fnatic were just exploring, looking for that Vice Wall. Vice Wall actually over towards B. And Alpha's going looking for it again.
Something. Rooted to the spot here. Doesn't want to give up this space out towards A. Rubble to Haunt at his back. Takes a time and against it. Paranoia sweeps.
And they're doing a good job again of disrespecting utility. Something determined to keep this positioning.
He's definitely going to be careful from that spot. Still crashes through the jump spot. In through B, out and about Alpha. Claims a life for Jing. Something from the side, and he needs to try and put a stop to this now. Losing control of a lot of sections here. The spike is going walkabout.
Can he even get it into the side in time? This is ridiculous. Something, he's left in a 1v3 to try to get it done. And the plant, it's got the time.
Surrounded, calling for pause. Calm in the midst of it, doesn't anticipate it. Crashes, sidelines him.
And savors the shot. Just watching as his prey walks into the crossfire. And Prx, just as they were hyped up after the pistol, Hopes dashed early. Fnatic, what a response. Some of that to do with the Outlaw purchase, but a lot of these kills just coming off the back of being able to tuck people with pistols into unexpected spots.
My classic is classicing right now. My
finding the right spots for it. Chronicle is happy about that.
Yeah, popping off. Hashtag buy the bundle. Pick it up and see if you can do what Chronicle's doing. Prx fighting over towards Rubble at the start of this round. And Prx, they've lost a little bit of control over towards Mound, but there is always this flash to be able to potentially refight. You know that Prx are going to try to get pushed up and take risks.
Monkey in hand. Tool's going to be hurt.
What a read.
That is beautiful. Forsaken forced and pushed off, postured away. He's still going to be sticking around though, why not?
I mean, these kind of spots were what was really catching Fnatic when they played against Wolves. Recently lost on this map.
Get right back into it. Alpha doesn't want to contest with it. Shots are fired. Forsaken. It's a bullet to the dome.
Caught. And Crashies, his utility cleared out Pac-Man, who was playing at front B. Now, Chronicle could absolutely lose his life here.
There's a crossfire set up. Adjusts it though. There's a swing from Device. Going to be calling this one out though. Body spotted, and Fnatic want nothing to do with it. Evacuation over towards A.
It's a really nice timing that Alfie has taken. Got himself in. Beautiful kill as well, but more importantly, offering that opportunity for Boaster to call the spike to go back towards A. I know Alexis was worried about these late hits, but Fnatic are going to be doing so many of them. This time at least 20 seconds to play with.
Enemy remaining.
And Alpha walking all over the Prx response. Divide. Got the rifle.
I'd rather have the Marshal in this spot though, especially with no armor.
Yeah.
I mean, only with no armor.
Sure.
But Alpha, if he can find this kill, Alpha's going to be really close to a lockdown as well. So these are the kind of kills that Fnatic are going to be searching for. Kayak already with a showstopper. Divide, he's not just thinking about keeping the gun, he's also thinking about not feeding away ult orbs.
Stopping that from being generated. Disgusting work.
Yeah, but also,
disrespect.
I mean, Alpha's popping off, but I think he would have preferred to get the kill, though, in terms of the ults. No matter. A great beginning from Fnatic. The counterpunch strong. Now, getting towards the end of this series, map 4, map 5, these are where you get both teams in very strong parts of their map pool. Lotus, pretty excellent for both squads, though Fnatic did lose just recently to Wolves. And one of the ways that happened was by punishing these kind of classic things that Fnatic loves to do, like the A reclear behind the Viper wall.
Just sidestepping most of the util. Odin spam down the one line, Forsaken trying to hold this one back, and we'll respect the haunt. Kayak. One Satchel used because of it.
And I think the more disrespectful Prx plays, the better their chances. Something here, very disrespectful.
And here's it, there's a scuttling around into the sand, something has to back away. A lot of bullets to be found, and Kayak, his head rolling, Jing! Next up, Crashies, at least there with a trade, but the showstopper's now going to be removed from this round.
Yeah, and you've also lost Alpha as well, who could have potentially played towards a lockdown. So both massive ults gone. Prx rewarded for their aggression and their willingness to put people in one and dones or re-peak angles. Classic reclear here for Fnatic, going over towards where Forsaken's jiggling. Takes half of his health though. And Fnatic might well realize that A is open for business.
Doors opened up, they got no choice though. Gonna land here, end it here. Prx already getting into position to try and flood their way back in. There's 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Taking a peek. Ghost has gone. Up through heaven and lost control of this one. And Forsaken with that near sight. The paranoia, Odin in hand. Putting the pressure and applying it onto Crashies from every single avenue. You already know where he is. Almost lining up for him. Crashies could have got it done.
The rookie on the other side called upon to shut that down. Man, Crashies nearly had a lineup there. And that round would have been a huge recovery because Fnatic just lost players super early on. These first two kills.
30 seconds left.
Massive ones. And a very confident swing out into Mount from Divine. That does, however, mean that this is going to be huge in terms of the ults. Oh my god! Yeah, that's a bit of the panic. And Crashies thought there was a chance. Here, though, Fnatic waiting to see if Prx are going to be fighting heavy towards Rubble. Figuring out where they should be sending these ultimates. And Prx have swapped up the defense. Vice, fully set up on A.
Playing with fire there, something escapes of his life.
Only a Bulldog on light armor, and he's immediately back out onto Mound.
He's just pushing it.
Yeah, the disrespect is huge in terms of information.
Might be pushing his luck. Weapon at hand is optimal for this fight, but no pushing around here. Something though, getting antsy.
And Alpha choosing not to take a super heavy engagement, though might think that he has Mound info.
King drops down as a paranoia. They want to try and play for some kills, potentially picking off a bit. Odin. Spam is supplementary in nature.
It's very early, but as the clock starts to tick down a little further, remember that they still have to get through a Vexel and the showstopper.
The wall's going to be propped up already, and that's that showstopper. Kayak! He can't get it done! My God, man, Prx They slam that door shut in their face, said Boaster. Left to do it all from that spot. Completely separated from the rest of his team, Alpha and Crashies.
A mad scramble, a pivot into B, and something waiting.
Oh, doubled up with the face now and leaves it all down to Crashies. It's on his shoulders. Gonna try and plant this one down. They claim towards it. That's a kill collected. B main cleared up, but doubled up from Prx. If they play this together, Crashies under that pressure. Prx will not let it slip.
They navigate another spot where Crashies felt like he had a chance at a clutch. Something deserves a lot of credit in that round. The confidence to get back onto the angle over towards Mound allowed Forsaken to make the call to stack over towards A. It's a great read, but it's one he's not able to do without his Yoru player being supremely confident early on.
It's good, but be more confident, okay?
He's talking about being more confident in the swing towards the end. The actual positioning in the round was confident. I liked it. And it's knocked Fnatic down onto a half buy. They haven't actually had too much of a chance to use these ults either. No. The only one invested early was Kayaks. And responded with Jings.
Split up early here, doubled up onto Mound, Prx. Stomping their foot down to hit that though.
Here's that confidence again.
Trying to take it here with the Outlaw in hand. Jing gonna try and stop them! Rifle in hand! He's an absolute menace! And Alpha slinging his way through, but already revealed, and Jing is hunting, he wants it. Denied by Bye.
Device shuts it down. Jing, no. He just gives a little wry smile. I've seen that look on Boaster's face before. Fnatic take attack timeout. They're getting destroyed by this disrespect of utility. The Prx players peak before the util lands for Fnatic. And Fnatic, they expect them to fight. We've seen it in previous maps. We saw it on first box. Devi wants a bit more confidence from his team in terms of going for those fights. Easy to say when you're the only player positive on the squad. Yeah. He's been absolutely tearing. Just taking a breather, but also a little lost,
It's a far cry away, I think, from some of the body language we witnessed from Fnatic earlier. The pressure, the moment perhaps, not playing a part, but Fnatic are feeling it. Force them to take this time out here. Fist bumps across the board. They need answers, and they need it now.
I think if you ask somebody who was just tuning in for the first time which of these teams was known to fail in big moments and which team had won back-to-back of big squads, you know, maybe people would be thinking the other way around. Prx are looking good here today. They're looking confident. They're looking down to take the fights to Fnatic.
Bit of presence shown by Fnatic. That's out towards A, and then making a move on now. Power in your face, Patman. Be using some util, season and aids. Wraps it round the corner. My God, Kayak barely escapes.
Really nice movement though to get himself out, and Jing tucks in. So if Fnatic continue to try to be clear over towards B, Jing's ready to support.
It's hyper proactive, but they've given up the space already.
Ultimate for information. Something's going looking. Can't spot anyone just yet. Looking to try to work off this paranoia.
Two more players Forsaken. He's opened the door and he's trying to step forwards. Deny them their chance. Bullets are raining down. The hellish scenario for Fnatic to try and get their way through. Kayak across the wall. And both players going to be stepping forwards. Alpha alongside it.
Divine might not realize that there's two players in here. Ults could come through on either side.
It's a lockdown drop down by Alpha.
Divine can save his for retake. You already know that they're going to be coming back through the Nightfall.
Pushing forwards, Alpha pushing forwards. Has to give up that space with a prowler in his face.
It's a good plan. Open for Mound, but Forsaken.
Kayak trying to hold on to the back. There's that Nightfall, and here it is. The pressure mounting. Prx trying to put on that squeeze once more. Coming into this one with a little bit more fire, but off onto the Mound. Against that Odin spam. Nothing to hold them back. Fnatic, we're in the comfort zone.
They're immaculate in the post plants. They know how to play those situations perfectly, and the one round that Prx actually allow them a bit of space on site, Fnatic deliver. Once they can get to those comfortable protocols, things are looking fine. When Paper X respect the util, respect the ults, Fnatic look comfy. So the whole game plan for Paper X has got to be to continue this level of fighting.
Possible in the game, bro.
Nice! Good job, boys.
Something has a glass cannon up to pull out. No ults, though, for the defending team.
Watching for it. Alpha holding, slight angle, alarm bot placed. Spotted out.
And it is Alpha's job to try to put pressure, or at least get information over towards Mound, and he's going to ping right into this, right into the op.
Swings into it. Something's handed a freebie, an easy one.
Toxin screen down.
And look how aggressive these setups are. Something getting posted on this angle. Forsaken deep over towards Rubble as well. Fnatic have no space on the map.
Oh, Paper X are eager. Deny them every single inch. Pure proactivity.
Yeah, I mean, look, Forsaken alone holding towards A and doubled up on B and C. A tight forward choke point positions.
Might be about a meter's match though. That's Util going forwards. And that paranoia, hold on, sidestepped. Kayak's hard committed. Was near-sided, vulnerable though. He got to step forwards and just barely dodges. Double TPs to get the hell out of there.
But Jing immediately reinforcing the position, tucks himself into a bit of a one and done. But if Jing does get one, Showstopper is online. Patman meeting Boaster.
Oh my, Boaster! He's cracked the code, I think, perhaps, of that.
But look at the clock. Less than 30 seconds and 3 players defending A.
Pivoting back over towards B. Walled off, something's there, but the operator in hand has to dodge and juke and hide away here. There's a seize, just keeping him locked into place. Showstopper against the back wall. Jing!
That's it!
He's a menace!
A calm killer for Paper X. That's Showstopper. He was positioning himself to try to get value from it over towards A. And instead, a bank shot splashes it off and picks up 2 with the AoE. What a player.
Rocketed Jing to the top of the scoreboard for his team with a play like that.
And a 4K earlier on, Gren. I mean, 2 of these rounds have just come straight from him.
Yeah.
Head in hands for the Fnatic coaching staff. But it's so predictable, these late round pivots from A to B. That's what we've seen day in, day out, and look at that! What are you going for there? On the anti-eco of all rounds.
To be going forward is relentless. It's the Paper X of old.
I mean, it's a mad play.
Don't want to give up any sort of space whatsoever, but they have given up something's life.
And they've also given up the operator to Alpha. Yeah, picks that one up. I'm not sure if Divine would be happy about that because Ilya was confident or hoping he did it on a different timing.
Blue room's been opened up as well on top of it. I believe could be some damage done towards it.
Bomb grenade out.
Alpha with the operator. Attack side round called for. Slow, steady.
But it's this control over towards Mound that's just killing Fnatic right now.
Crashies, just jump spotting. Sees signs of life from Forsaken. Forsaken is overstaying. Finally backs himself away. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, but then Forsaken just jump spots and realizes it's a fake, and you keep the defenders over towards A.
And Patman with the peek. It's Kayak gone. Spike drop down!
30 seconds
Raining
left.
down with the bullets. They'll punish in sight. Crashies is isolated on a bloody island. Patman, the rookie, with Jing by his side.
And they are getting into a rhythm. Patman with a nervous twitch in his seat, but they're up 6-3 on what could be the final map here at Masters Toronto. Paper X have been staring at that trophy all match long, seated between these two teams. A culmination of years of dreams. And the hunger will be fiercest now as they're closest to their trophy.
3-round lead for them. Again, aggression is the name of the game, but it's likewise for Fnatic. They're not slowing down here, all the way up through the cut. TP back away. Kayak! Kayak tries to get it done. Rifles in hands, but a spammer on a corner, and Boaster's already up there.
A change of pace for Fnatic, really getting aggressive, putting people in aggressive
Divine!
positions. Divine gets
Divine!
punished.
Misses the peak indeed. Jing's right there though, and that has stopped the plan, but he's revealed his hand, revealed his position. Plant down, pit down. Bit of covering fire. necessary now, but it's being slowed down. The decay is kicking in.
Very tough situation for Jing and something to get back in with. They need a kill to just come randomly through the smoke.
Hot shots and RNG. What's played for here? Stepping out wide. Alpha wasn't even set up for that one there. Falling in midair, but still managed to just get control of it, get the kill. Looking for Jing is left in it. 1v3, not doable.
A really nice shift up for Boaster. Call in a quick round. Instantly in on B. He knows that they've been trying to post people up aggressively over towards Mount, stacking towards A. The gap should be in this middle side. A great turn on the flash from Alpha as well. Crashies, just a piece of bait. But Alpha and Chronicle clean that one up. Still a chance for Fnatic to draw this half level, and I think that would be a major win for them. Showstopper, lockdown, big tools to work with. And they're going to try to push back these defenders on C early on. The C information has been a nightmare for Boaster to call against. And it's Divide.
Full speed ahead. The Showstopper already pulled out. Kayak. Got to pick and choose your target well here, but already Divide's going to be revealed. Out towards it, still that fuse. Waiting for it. Something gone. Take it out. Chronicle. Watchful eye towards a flank and a timing and opportunity missed by Forsaken.
And the faster pace that Boaster's called is working wonders. Throwing Kayak in with his Showstopper. Divide pinned in place over towards Pillar. And the Horn from Crashy is getting huge value as well. Prx need to make an adjustment. Their game plan is excellent against the normal pace that Boaster's going to call. But a mid-round, mid-map adaptation like this is why Boaster is currently the greatest of all time.
Where are you?
Can he do enough to get them back into this game?
Pac-Man can feel it. Ned's closing round him. Timing just missed there. These guns,
they're
last-ditch
crucial.
effort. They are critical at that, Josh.
We're heading into round 12. They've got to force.
He's going to survive.
Oh, and he does. God. Not able to keep his armor, though. Not that they had the money to be able to drop for a teammate anyway. Fnatic have set themselves up for a nice final round. Big rifling advantage. But Ult's starting to get on the board for Prx too. Divide caught out there. Felt like he had to go for the play. Swing in front of the Showstopper. And there's the Horn, grabbing value too. Alpha, top of the scoreboard again for Fnatic as they try to claw back into this map. Elimination on the line.
The pace, it doesn't stop there. Fnatic are trying to take it all the way to them. Put a stop to it. Try and draw it level. Jing is there and he's earned his own. Alpha! What a shot! Plucks him out of the sky, plucks him out of the picture, and he's not stopping there with something. He had to do it for them. It's a mad dash now and a pivot over towards C.
Boaster's got the info on where both of these players are, so he knows it's free, he knows it's safe, and Fnatic's protocols are excellent in post plants. Chronicle, he's looking for the flank. Something and Pac-Man have just got to do this without too much to work with. Haunt might come back online, but Chronicle, he's hearing this.
It's knife out for Pac-Man, he doesn't have the gun ready, doesn't have it at all. Chronicle and Boaster play time, play their lives far back. And they're just waiting for something to play into their open arms. Something! Something! Disgusting!
He tears Fnatic's post plant to pieces. And he's made it to the defuse with so much time. He had one way of being able to deal with that 1v2. And he took his timing and delivered. A player that sometimes struggled with nerves in big moments, but a deep breath and a big play. The Red Bull clutch pushes Prx ahead 7-5 at the half when it looked like Fnatic was about to draw things level.
The pressure is on the shoulders right now. Could be the final round, final map that we're looking at here. Prx are on the very cusp. It's up to Fnatic to answer back.
All right, Toronto, the game couldn't get any closer right now, but Fnatic are still behind by one map. So if you want this to go into a map 5, Fnatic fans, let me hear you say stupefy on 3. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3! And for Paper X fans, if you want this to finish right now, let me hear you choo-choo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, that is a loud train. One more time though, we gotta stop the train, Fnatic fans. 3, 2, 1, stupefy! And one more for Paper X, and we're gonna stop it right here at Masters Toronto. Choo-choo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is looking pretty tough. Good luck here for Fnatic. Let's bring it back to the game.
You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much.
Full speed ahead as Paper X, they can feel it. Momentum behind them, there's no stopping them right now. Fnatic have been in spots like this before.
But this is new territory for Paper X. Even though they've been to 2 grand finals and seen the trophy lifted above the heads of their opponents, they've not even ever been up a map in one of those situations. This is different. Take a look at the Coinbase econ here. Boaster having a struggle in this series. So much of his brain power devoted over to trying to figure out the pace of the game, the calls of the game, that he hasn't really been able to get going in terms of his rifling. The rest of the squad, though, doing the most they can. Alpha still up, dominating the scoreboard. But the group effort from Paper X and the individuals who find the plays when they need them. Jing having a map, something, pulling out an amazing moment at the end of the half. Opening and closing rounds has got Paper X in a spot where they could finally do it. The best team that has never won. It takes greatness to even make it to grand final spots, but this team has been defined by their failures, not their successes. And this half could change the entire narrative.
Potential for a bloodbath. Paper X want to go again pacey, nothing changed up, nothing switched up, double face, clone, boom one, absolutely everything! And Boaster tucked up, he's gonna put my setup! Him and Chronicle put a stop to it!
Launching thorns.
Paper X with that W game in, trying to burst their way through the choke. 2 players though, still with tons of health here, Divine something. It is absolutely winnable.
A rebound! Oh my!
What a perfect wallbang from Kayak!
And it leaves it all down to something in a 1v3, the pistol round, essential for Fnatic. In the driving seat, and more Fate with the TP, damage done to Chronicle. He's looking for barely ahead. It's reactionary, the Haunt reveals something not planned for him. And Kayak defusing, sticking half off of it. Swapping sides, something needs the kills, and he needs it now. But Kayak, the safety net that Fnatic needed.
He holds his ground, believes in Crashies, and something is denied. This double hold, unexpected. Fnatic often holding softer, further back, deeper positions. And this time tucking tight with a crossfire at the choke point. And Paper X step into the maw, get crunched. Look at this again though. Something forcing up the Outlaw, doing what Althea did to them. And round 2, it did go the way of the Outlaw force.
There it is, Alpha. He's already wide out.
Yeah, he's picked up one of his own.
Trying to take that peek, there's a flash in your face, Kayak. None the wiser, barely gets control of the rifle in time.
Doesn't have a lot of health to be able to play with. The rifle might be better off in somebody else's hands. He's actually swapped it over to Boaster too. Faith in the leader. And that'll allow Kayak to go for more of an aggressive peak without having to worry about bolstering the Paper X arsenal. Fnatic need this to be able to get back in the game. An eco round here for Paper X would be devastating for Fnatic's chances. And Alpha is perfection, as he has been, basically tournament.
Up through B. Crashies. Eyes in 2 directions here, but he's just found the right timing on it. Jing, gone. Paper X looking to group up. Up against Fnatic right now, where they're not letting anything slip, not anything at all. Chronicle Tiny little two-piece, flawless beginnings here from Fnatic. They needed it.
Winning the pistol in the second half, winning the force in the first. It has felt like Fnatic need pistols to be able to hang in this game, honestly. And I don't just mean on Lotus, actually. I mean across the series. Prx, they feel like they're in control of this. We said it at the start, it's almost their trophy to lose. You look at what they've done going through the upper bracket, the map veto, double map ban. And Prx now in a round where they have the economy advantage and are expected to win.
The wall just went up. I think Chronicles revealed his position here, and as a TP forward, Kayak defends. Blind as anything.
Really dry there, honestly. And not a deep teleport either.
Satchel's in your face, though. Alpha! It's Clay Pigeon shooting.
Plucks Jing out of the skies.
Where's he going? Gun's not down, he's right in front of you. Hold on, a bit of a misstep. Patman. Bullet to the dome there. Alpha's been dropped. Players starting to form up a bit of a barrier. Fnatic, they need reinforcements.
Boaster's rotating over with the Odin.
And a bit of spam, my God.
I don't think the Odin's going to be here in time to try to deny the plant.
Looking for this corner, Forsaken feeling like he needs to take this and take the fight straight to him. Kayak dropped through the wall. Bullet just locks down, and now a bit of patience to be played.
3v3, what an opening given to Prx. This round looked disastrous for them.
Shadows traveling. Random spam and hoax. Flash forwards to buy with the peak. All trying to cut this one up here with the paranoia. Is picture perfect, but not the clear indeed. Boaster straight there with the Odin. Trying to trade this one out, but the bullets are running high. And Patman and Devi not to be outdone.
Boaster's run out of time. He's run out of chances. And that could be a round that Fnatic look back on as a big missed opportunity. If they'd played that with a little more patience, I think it should have been a conversion. Pretty disastrous entries from both of the duelists on Prx. And then when Alfie stepped forwards, trying to, I think, pick up a different gun.
Yeah, I think he assumed he had a rifle, but he didn't.
Ended up giving the C-site away.
Listen.
Boaster has kept this Odin, though, and is looking to do a little bit of chip damage to Prx as they come through. It's not that tree sight line, though.
All grouped up. Paranoia, Horns, up and over the top. Something forced to respect it. Boaster, there it is.
He knows the angle. A little wobble to begin the half, but now the belief comes flowing. Previously, when you've seen this squad get deep in tournament, the prophecy, the destiny of them being the uncrowned kings of Pacific, it seems to just suck them in. It has its own gravitic field. And this time, it really feels like they've escaped it. Prx have everything set up to try to close this one out. 4 rounds away from a title that's eluded them for years.
They've had to watch at the sidelines repeatedly. They were one of the first Pacific teams to have a chance at lifting a trophy for the region. But Gen.G and T1 stolen the honors. Prx forced to look on the sidelines, unable to get it across the line when it was their chance.
And they had 2 opportunities. We thought for sure Champs was going to be their final one. Jing off to military service. The team probably crumbling. And it didn't happen. They came back in, rejuvenated. Jing able to play once again. And he's got a chance at both a trophy and an MVP bracelet here. What's mad as well is that they're doing this after having some of their worst domestic results. They barely squeaked into Pacific playoffs this time. They were not dominating their region. They were the 3rd seed. But the train does not care about any of that.
It makes no stops. Prx are looking to send it flying over the finish line for Fnatic. They need a lifeline. All the pressure now. Boaster is in hot water. Sliding past though, he's got that bucket in hand. He's going to try and take that timing. Forced to reveal it, lining them out. Alfia does deliver, but something is right there. Crashes open onto the sideline again. Something is just plucking these players out of the picture. And Prx finds the 10th round.
Something in his comfort zone. Delivering on these important kills, shutting down the ecos. 3 rounds left. Boaster's been in spots like that before, dejected, and still found ways of being able to turn it around. You cannot count Fnatic out until they are done and the trophy is in your hands.
But they've got to rally here and now, and that is not the best beginning for it. Alpha's gone, Kayak. Watching too many angles at once! What is that?
Something punished for those over towards Pearl. And here he comes up with the goods. Kayak tries to respond.
It's all on the rookie's shoulders, trying to shut them down. And nades! Rebounds, a bit of bullet tag. He's left down at 30 health. Prx though, forwards. Ever relentless. It's an onslaught towards the A site. There's gaps in his timing. Oh boy. Papman has found it. Stepping forwards, Crashies looking to see if he can make the difference, turn it around, jumping around. It's whimsical in nature. And Prx, maybe showing signs of the old mistakes. Clearing through, Crashies will be happy to capitalize. And 5 HP is not much to work with in Chronicle. Left to pick it all up. Left to pick it all up into the 1v1. Him versus Divide. Pits online. Divide. Absolutely Divide.
The opening kill from Divide is beautiful. A great anti against Alfia, who loves to jump spot over towards C. And then he closes at the end. Rock solid. Reliable.
One enemy remains.
And stops the go in his tracks. Chronicle on for his 4th. But a long way away at this point. Prx within touching distance. 2 rounds away.
It's being thrown together. It's a push fight that's cobbled together. Fnatic with barely any weaponry, really. Door opened up, flash through. Something's just looking for a reaction.
Boaster calling the bluff, though, realizes that no space has actually been taken in tree. This is the kind of util disrespect we keep seeing from Prx. And it should allow them to realize that the A pressure's fake.
Door opened up, Divide.
Boaster, though, he's still keeping so many players on this side of the map. C is really weak.
It's giving up a lot of info here. It's all on Alpha. It's all on Alpha. Boaster's been cleaned. Alpha in through the back. Pot shots, feeling like risky business needs to be taken. It's all on his shoulders to try and offset. Patman gone in through the back. Chronicle, he's right there with him.
How are they making this one work?
Cutting through.
40 seconds left, still guarded in the back pocket. Precisely for moments like this, and they want to step forward. Something hungry for the kills. Lockdown even being committed. Fnatic are throwing everything at this.
Jing has an ult to be able to work with, but I don't think he can get the angle on this. The ult, though, could easily deny the defuse. Jing could send it splashing against the back here.
That's what he's waiting for. Pre-aim, Nightfall. Gone away. It's a tap onto it. Alpha's already taken out something. Best chance in a long while. And Prx, they bide their time. They don't use the ults. Fnatic are back in.
One of the more unlikely rounds for Fnatic to be able to take, but the gap now reduced to 3. Fnatic themselves actually didn't end up committing very many ults to that. I mean, sure, they used the lockdown, they used the Fade ultimate, so 2 big ones, but they still have a pit to be able to work with on the defense side. Showstopper.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Every player on Fnatic, with the raw exception of Kayak, has been in a spot like this before. They know what it takes to win.
Crash is just trying to rally the troops. Caesar's avoided, disjointed, and Boaster is forward. Prx fully grouped up though. Knife for to re-clear, flash in the face. How do you respect this one? Paranoia avoided, sidestepped. There's a showstopper, you're blinded right back. Kayak! He's gonna do it all. Patman drops him in place and a deep TP forward. Something is way ahead of the curve.
Chronicle might have an idea. He's going to clear this. It all depends how diligent he is.
And he's not precise enough. Chronicle is there with it in time. 2v2. Chronicle fast. Steps forward with a snake bite. Plant is down though. Vulnerable applies and the thorns on top of it. Divide! Head not clean off. Chronicle delivers them to salvation.
Showcasing exactly the kind of skills that put Chronicle as the winningest player in Valorant. I mean, he controlled and handled this round elegantly. Big play from something again to get in behind. Bit of a fumble there, but Kayak did possibly good to set this one up for Chronicle to finish.
One enemy remaining.
Brilliant snakebite to carve up both of those players, Divine and Patman. And now it's Prx feeling a little bit of the pressure. 4 rounds in a row, from round 15 to round 18, Prx fully in control and always believing. Now, hands on heads, Forsaken. The doubt that Prx have felt before, they cannot allow it to blossom within them now.
Taking root and stop them from this run that they've been on.
Fnatic's greatest asset might be those memory that Prx have from being in positions like this before. And Fnatic are known as a team that can pull off comebacks. In the back of your head, you've got to be thinking, what do we need to adjust here to make sure that they don't keep getting these retakes working against us? But it is still Prx closer to the trophy by a long shot. The economy, though, on a knife's edge. But Prx, they live their lives on the knife's edge. Between aggression and discipline, between greatness and failure. This one, another opportunity to fall on the right side and see if they can get up to tournament point.
Operator in a flash in the face. Find that angle. Boaster's cutting it up close.
Pretty passive setup here from Fnatic. They don't have anybody trying to fight aggressive over towards Mound or Rubble. Much more drawing a line in the sand, deeper onto the site. Kayak's operator making a rotation east towards the A site.
One more forward. Get crash forward on top of it, something. Congas the acknowledgement. Players are moving in a different direction though. Prx set their sights towards it. They force out the pit.
Alpha, yeah, he's going to be under pressure soon, but there could be no better player for Fnatic.
Locked down onto the floor. There's a horn to deal with. What a peak. What a timing. Alpha finally coming online here.
Forsaken bullies his way through Boaster though. IGL diff and gets himself in a position. Alpha, yeah, though, cannot be stopped.
He's feeling himself. Patman can't do it all against the might of Alpha, yeah. Fnatic now just need one more step.
There could not be a better player for Fnatic to be under pressure in a moment like that.
One enemy.
He follows up on a paranoia perfectly, immediately turns around, ready for a push through B main, and still manages to collect another. The passion he has in moments like that, as well as inspiring to the rest of the teammates. And Prx's eco crushed underfoot. Sometimes, though, these comebacks can stumble against an eco round, and Prx can take more risks in moments like this.
Forward again. Flash, Prowler. Boaster's ready with it. It's already that paranoia going to be sweeping forwards. An attempt at a response. Boaster's low. Drop down to just 20. And the peak from Kayak, though. Get the goods they're looking for.
They were expecting Jing to try to capitalize on that. Divine has been detected here in his B-lurk. Kayak's got to hit a shot.
He really does. Under that pressure, there's a TP into the back of the side. He misses. Just wide. Kayak giving up that space.
A Boaster doesn't have the health really to be able to support him. Fnatic with a player advantage, but no massive ults to be able to help this retake. It is super possible that Prx can pull this off. Every fight is going to be in a good range for the Stingers and the Judge.
Close quarters. What's called for here for Prx. TP Boaster rejoining him.
Just threatening that he could be trying to apply pressure on the flank.
So heads on the swivel right now, Prx. Gonna do it all, no breaking in a haunt. And now all the way in, Kayak leads the charge. Chronicle to the side, Kayak with safety in numbers, a full stick, and Fnatic bring it level.
Not just an incredible recovery, 4 rounds instantly responded, but this round is basically flawless. Once they get into this retake, the group up, the horde not broken, the kills coming through from Kayak and Chronicle are so clean, so fast. And Alex,
nice boys,
he
nice
must be
boys, nice
thinking
boys. Come on, come on, come on.
about the past. It's so difficult not to. Prx avoid the crumble, the choke.
The narratives that have been circling, swirling around these Prx players. They cannot play into their inner demons, but Fnatic are putting up a stalwart defense. An answer back to that pace. Crashies is under the pressure. There's a nade at your feet, power into the back, flash on top of it. He needs some help, and he needs it now. Chronicle is the one to help him. And Crashies will be falling, but time has been bought, and Chronicle gliding in, slowing in.
Indomitable performance there from Chronicle. He takes Fnatic up to map point. This should have been the end. Prx had all the chances here to close things out on Lotus. A map they're undefeated on right now.
Remaining.
But time after time, Fnatic's little 1-2 gameplays are allowing them to slip further and further into the lead. Now, just a narrow margin. And Alpha sending kisses across the stage to his longtime teammate. Prx take a timeout. Alex hits the emergency meeting button and tries to figure out what can be adjusted with only 1 round left in regulation. It was Prx that managed to run things back on Icebox, denying a bunch of map points, but they're gonna need another one here. Fnatic are so complete in control. They're baiting Prx into overextending. And kills coming out from Alpha and Chronicle in particular just look like they could never go any other way.
Oh. The air has been sucked out of the room for Prx. Spies, Spectre, Bulldog, that's what they're working with.
At least they have the ult. Something's ult combined with Patman's, deafening everybody from Fnatic, and then getting something out there. There could not be a better time for something to come out with a huge Yoru ult. He's been hot and cold with them, let's say.
Operator Alpha.
Who's next?
In your face, TP forwards, and that's what that dimensional drift spots it out, something. Guiding the rest of his team in.
Here.
Not far behind him, a bit of spam into the back of the box. This is it. Play for OT, play for map 5. All on the line for them, something with the exit all the way out, Alpha's all the way in, and Chronicle just drops them in their tracks. Alpha cleans up, Boaster left reeling.
But the 2 huge players from Fnatic dropped, Chron and Alpha gone. Fnatic are gonna have to try to close with only Kayak and Crashies.
It rebounds. Prx looking to stay alive in this map. Fnatic want to send it that much deeper. TPs all around, sowing chaos into the mix. Crashies deep with the seas and a haunt on top of it. Yuto could not be even better there. But stops to the side, Patman double dash again. We are going the distance.
Prx forced to dig so deep. And it's the leader Forsaken who leads by example to get 4 on the board and push them through to OT. Pac-Man as well, though, hitting a great flick on the Crashies. And Crashies knows he should have been good for that. 5 in a row, but 5 is where it stops for Fnatic. 12-12. So even. A true game of greats against greats. Testing each other to the very limits.
Alpha yet on point for almost a 30 bomb.
And with the way that he's been playing, almost destined to get it in overtime. He's going to step forwards, though, into a stack. Does the damage.
To dig through the wall. And now full speed ahead. Fnatic baited out, TP's in. Boaster going to be rejoining Kayak, trying to take control of this. Spam to the corner, but you're out in the open, and Forsaken hit the buy. Collecting all sorts of kills, an attempt to even it out. Kayak still has that control. Prx all the way in. Prx are the ones in control.
A dominant defensive round in OT puts Prx with their first tournament points.
Last point which I will. Full competitive Fnatic, full comeback.
And just like that, Prx 1 step away. The Princes of Pacific that were ever promised have never been so close.
It's within touching distance for them now. Prx take front B control, knocking on the door of Alpha Yez's site. As Boaster gets a little bit of pressure back towards him, over towards C as well. Another passive defensive line in the sand drawn from Fnatic. Not willing to fight over any of this map control. Prx winning a bit of that mental game. More confidence coming out from them. But it's all about the execution and the delivery. We saw in OT before it went deep. No team was able to close out early.
Fnatic are going to be forced to dig deep here. Pressure mounting. Prx putting it on them. Alarm bot dealt with the paranoia sweeps. Forwards, Alpha! Playmaker once more. Him and Chronicle. It dropped the Prx players like flies. 2. Something and Forsaken left to pick up the pieces of a round that's just not gone their way.
30 seconds left.
So much space, though, given to these two on Prx. And we've seen what they can do in difficult spots. Would be a magical conversion of a 2v4. Everything that Something and Forsaken could have dreamed of. And these 4 players from Fnatic looking simply to play spoiler.
Peace. Something he's looking for any sort of kill he can claim. Risky business. And Fnatic gonna play this one smart. Patience is there, but the paranoia. Hold on, util out into your hands. Forsaken. He's ISO'd the fights. And Something is wrecking them from on high.
Prx, the Pacific Princes without a crown, they finally have their trophy. Denied the greatest team of all time and becoming legends themselves. It took everything, pushed to overtime. This one was not easy. It never is. But this will be a moment to remember and wipe away the tears of Copenhagen and Champs LA. Forsaken, what a job he's done with this squad. And holding together. I mean, Alex gets to join his players on stage for a celebration rather than bitter disappointment.
Tears of joy. Prx have finally done it.
They've changed the narrative here today.
Yeah,
you heard G2's Valen talking about trying to do that earlier in the tournament, but no team had a better opportunity to clutch greatness from the jaws of disappointment than this squad right here.
Respect shown, of course. A hell of a challenge that Fnatic put up.
A tournament win, 2 Grand Finals losses, 2 finishes in top 3, a top 4 placement as well. There can be no denying at this point that the team is now defined by their success rather than their failures. For me, I think they changed it completely. They changed the narrative to being probably the 2nd greatest team of all time behind Fnatic. Overtaking squads like Loud and Optic NRG, of which Crashy's played inside of.
Flip that script. Tears of joy. And for Prx, this moment, everything, this moment right here is what all the hard work went into. Blood, sweat, and tears way to the end. But the time is nigh for the prince that was finally be crowned. Prx, your Masters Toronto champions.
1,064 days since Prx's first chance at lifting a trophy. My God, how sweet it must taste. Fan favorites from beginning to end. Everybody everywhere rooting for them to finally have success. And we thought it would never happen. We thought after champs that Jing might even return to the stage. And yet he is, alongside his brothers with trophy in hand. A moment they've dreamed of for almost 3 years. And what more could still be in store? They've showcased consistency to a level that almost no other team can claim.
We're going to send it down to the floor. Prx, the stage is yours.
It's been 5 years in the making for Prx and finally won a trophy. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful it is. It's the Prx color too, fits your jersey so well. Stand next to JJ. I gotta get Auntie next to JJ here. Davai, I'm gonna start with you. You broke the 2nd place curse. This is real. You managed to do it. How are you feeling?
I mean, it feels unreal, you know. We've been working hard, very hard.
Where's Pujan when you need him? Pujan, come down and make the most of it. Where you at? We need him, I'm going to let you take a moment because I know how big this means to you, Davai. I'm going to come back to you. Let me squeeze in between you and get next to something. Now, something, it felt like yesterday that you kind of got plucked out as the aimer. You know, everyone knew you could aim, but today, the clutches, the big moments, you won that round. You and Jason won that round. You won a trophy. So talk me through your growth as a player and to become how amazing you are on that stage today.
As you said, it feels like unreal. We've been grinding like that for example, for me for 2 years. For them, it's already like 4 or 5 years on international stage and never won before. So feels great. And wanna say thank you to everyone, to the fans. Wanna say thank you to my girlfriend. Я тебя очень сильно люблю. And yeah, thank you everyone who supported us. Thank you to our performance coach. He did really great job for us. And yeah, thank you all.
Indeed. Coming back to you, David. Yeah, like I said, it's real. It's real. It's right there. And of course, you've come second quite a few times. So what does this mean to you to be able to actually win?
I mean, it means everything, you know. This is kind of like end goal. Obviously, you want to go for a champ, but this is just a start, you know. And I'm very happy. I didn't plan to cry, but the tears just automatically come out, you know.
I think everyone's crying with you. I can see everyone behind you. They're cheering you on so much. I'm part of the team now. I'm part of the team now. Sorry, excuse me. I'm part of the team now. Will you let me join Prx, Jason? Can I join you guys?
Sure.
Yes, okay, that's what I needed to hear. This trophy looks so good. How are you feeling holding this, knowing that this man here from the very beginning, Mind Freak is here as well since 2021 to get to this place?
I'm feeling thankful and grateful because we finally had some trophy, you know, and I really proud of my team. They've been working really hard since in Pacific. And actually, I want to say happy birthday to my dad as well. It's his birthday today. Yeah, so Pa, happy birthday. I think this is gonna be his best gift ever.
Oh, I mean, your other brothers must be like, oh, damn it, we're going to have to get him something better. But yeah, I guess a question also for the both of you, if you would like to answer it. I think the two of you kind of embody Prx, you know, your play style, your identity, your friendship. And for a long time, other people maybe didn't respect your play style and people were afraid to try this. But now you have a trophy, so your way is the best way. How does that feel?
I feel good. I just want to say anything can happen in Valorant, guys. Trust me.
It wasn't easy today, was it, Jace? It wasn't easy. Yeah, will you be able to answer the same question? Jing, you know that you've been kind of W gaming for 5 years now, so how does it feel to know that this is the best Valorant right now?
I mean, Valorant is like a game that is always like changing, so there's like so many different ways to play it. I mean, I wouldn't say there's a best way to play it, but this is Prx way, and we're gonna continue playing like this always.
I want to also say your mom, she comes with you to everything, and how does it feel to be able to share this moment with her?
I mean, of course, I'm very happy, and I'm just very thankful and grateful for my life because like I never expected to be here. I was just like a kid that wanted to play game, and like now I'm a Masters winner. So yeah, I'm really happy, and thanks to all my friends and family for supporting us. And just because we win doesn't mean the train is gonna stop here, guys. We're gonna keep on going, and maybe we can more tournaments.
I mean, they can win another one, right? They can win another one. They can win another one. And Patman, now you didn't have to go through the trauma that the rest of your teammate had to go through the last 5 years. But you joined this team, you joined at a very critical time, and then now you end up lifting a trophy so early on in your career as well. Who or what do you credit this success to?
Before I joined Prx, I mean, while I'm in Prx, I live on doubts, I live on hates. Like everyone is questioning about me, but like finally after a long time, I made it. So I'm so happy that I made it and with the team, because every night I'm crying like how to be better, how can I improve, how can I help my team more. And now I think everything is, you know, like sorry.
It's all right. I mean, it wasn't easy. So were you stressed at any point? Because you didn't act like you were.
Yeah. Sorry?
Were you stressed at all today at any point? Because it didn't seem like you were even bothered on the stage.
I mean, while we're playing, I always keep telling the boys to smile, because the smile is very contagious thing. And once we're smiling, the positive energy will come. So I just keep telling the boys to smile.
I think you make everyone else here smile as well. Now, Alex, I'm going to ask you the $1 million question, because earlier this year, it didn't even look like you were going to make playoffs in Pacific. And
गोल करेक्ट नहीं बैठ रहा था सबका. वो माइंड फ्रीक सिर्फ स्मोक खेलता है वो, और कुछ भी नहीं खेलता वो, सिर्फ स्मोक खेलता था वो.
Track, step by step, you've taken down every hurdle, every challenge. How on earth did you win that final today? That was a crazy four-mapper.
I mean, we have a lot of people to thank, but first and foremost, I think I want to thank Victoria, because she basically forced me to reach out to Mini, and that really kickstarted everything. After that, I think all the streamers behind us, Sliggy, FNS especially, thank you so much for helping everyone. This amazing crowd, and we can feel everything, guys. We feel every shot on stage. Even in the coaching booth, I can feel everything, guys. It's amazing, and I want to thank all of you guys.
And
I really appreciate it, guys. And hopefully more to come.
You don't just stop here. Now, before I throw this over, Mindfreak is here. I think this is just as much your victory, Aaron, as anyone else's. This is as much yours, Mindfreak. You've been here in the coaching booth, you know, part of this roster for so many years. What does this one mean to you?
Honestly, I think this means everything for me because I'm really proud of them. Like, we were like 0-3 in the Pacific, and who knows, like, we are here, like, actually the champions, so I don't know what to say.
You're also one of the champions, Mindfreak. Enjoy the victory, boys. Come on, everyone, one more time for Prx. But the celebration doesn't stop there because Vansili is ready and standing by to announce the tournament MVP.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Indeed, I am standing on the stage here with Leo Faria, the global head of Valorant Esports. Of course, we're about to present our MVP bracelet. So, Leo, I'm going to let you take the floor.
It is my honor to present this beautiful and special bracelet. The MVP award is about the one player who rose above all others. This player has been a foundational member of the PRX roster since February of 2021. He's dominant across multiple roles. He's also the first Indonesian player to win a VCT global event. Please give it up to the Masters Toronto MVP, Forsaken!
Forsaken with the MVP bracelet. Across these years of competing, playing up to 21 of the 26 available agents that Valorant has to offer. And it took all this time to now get the MVP bracelet and also his first international trophy here at Valorant. Leo, thank you so much. Forsaken, this looks really heavy.
It's very heavy.
So you're gonna have to hit the gym somewhere. Actually, show me those biceps. Show the crowd what you've been working on.
Oh boy!
Enough muscle to also lift your first ever trophy. And now the MVP, how much does this mean to you?
It means very a lot to me because actually I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it how we even in here because we almost get like almost lost in Pacific. So like this, I'm speechless. Sorry.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Just take the mic. It's all yours.
I want to say thank you for all the passengers that believe in our train, guys. Finally, we can lift the trophy, and it's amazing, you know, to have you guys, to have all of the fan support, Prx all the time. I want to say thank you to my family as well, my girlfriend as well. Bye, friend. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณสนับสนุนครับ Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go.
Forsaken, thank you so much. One more time, MVP Forsaken. And that ends it here from Masters Toronto. Et on se revoit à Paris!
And there you have it. Congratulations. And it's been a long damn time coming, baby. Prx are finally Masters champions. Unbelievable, Kokuka. What a game we witnessed there. And of course, Forsaken being the MVP. I mean, honestly, he could have given it to anyone on that stage. They were all incredible.
I think that is very important what he's referencing. It's not only the track by track that we've been living, they didn't have a good start of the season. They started 0-3, getting Patman on that week 3, and they had to fight their way here. Yes, they've had a very flawless playoffs. I think that in total, they've only dropped the one map that they lost today, so they have to be extremely happy. I love these stories, just like at the beginning of the year, we had a T1 that had to fight tooth and nail to earn their trophy. It was a long time coming, and we're super happy that finally Prx, third time was the charm.
It's incredible for them. This is the year where even before that, they didn't make it to Bangkok, a Masters tournament in Thailand, the first global event we ever had in Southeast Asia for Valorant. They weren't there here in Toronto in a year that wasn't supposed to be theirs, champions. And seeing Forsaken take home that MVP bracelet, it really has been such a long time coming from being that chaotic, wild team who made it to the Copenhagen finals and lost when he was a star duelist player back then, to now playing mostly the smokes, being a leader, growing so much with this team to finally earn a trophy.
I think that it resembles very well the way that Prx has evolved, given this MVP to Forsaken, because yes, it's chaotic, it's crazy, sometimes it might be too W to replicate in any of your games, but if there's one man to lead the charge, to lead all of these guys to victory.
Japanese custard.
In Pacific to replace a long-standing member of the roster, and comes here and succeeds, gets a trophy in his first ever global.
And you know what, for me, I want to give a shout out to the guy that's on that screen right there, Coach Alex, because it was a quote that I saw earlier from the event where he was talking about how the Prx organization gave these guys the space to experiment.